I've put the link in the description there. Please go have a look. You can load that vision up. You can listen to me at the same time. But we're about to see Mario Tembakis. He is taking on one of the Sydney Spartans members here. It's going to be a good match. This is the 95 and above division on the left arm. They're gripping up at the moment. Mario has been in top form. And yeah, the other guy there trying to slip Mario too strong, taking his hand and pinning him as the other gentleman tried to slip out there. So Mario is probably a heavy favorite to take this event. He'll most likely be the heavy favorite to win both the left arm and the right arm, depending on the people who turn up today. But he is absolutely one of the strongest guys in the country, without a doubt. If you are keen on having a look at this, remember, have a look at the stream there. The link is in the description. I have put that on there. So please load up the New South Wales Sydney Spartans live stream and you can watch along with me at the same time. We are left arm 95 kilo and above class. It is taking place at the moment. So we're getting these two gentlemen here. They are getting strapped together. It's been a big event, I believe, from what I understand from the couple of guys that I know that are there. Taryn Broad included has taken out the left hand under 80 kilo class. I did miss the under 95 kilos, but we are sitting here in the 95 kilo and above. So it looks like they are running all of the left hand divisions first, and then they'll be moving back to the right hand competition. And it most likely will start in the under 80 kilo class. So you can see here, they are strapped together, about to start this match. I do like this different way, this different style of refereeing, when they close your hands. So close your thumbs, close your hands, start. So it definitely moves through the matches a lot quicker. It is interesting to see that take place as opposed to the longer setups where they do line everyone up, which does take quite a significant amount of time. But if you are here, if you're in the chat, say hello. I will be checking the messages and responding to your comments as we go. But at the moment, watching the New South Wales state tournament, we are in the 95 kilos and above left arm. So that is taking place at the moment. You can see they are moving. The gentleman here, he's actually incredibly strong. This bloke here, I believe his name's Simon, from I want to say Melbourne. I might be getting that wrong, but a lovely guy. I did spend some time talking with him at the Over the Top tournament in Queensland. He's been a veteran, been around the scene for quite a while. I do believe he trains at House of Pain. So we'll see how this match goes. Incredibly strong guy, very experienced. So we'll see how he goes in the 95 kilo and above division here. Putting some chalk on the elbows. And we'll see how it all plays out coming up in a second. So Mario Tembakis in this 95 kilo and above class will probably be the heavy favorite from the guys that I have seen. From the word of the couple of guys that I know that are there, it is quite a significant amount of competitors that are on site and are actually competing today. So this is more than likely why they are using that style of setup, where close your thumbs, close your hands, away you go. It's a lot quicker to get through matches and a lot more entertaining as well. So here we go. Guys are getting gripped up together. We'll see if we get a slip here. So here we go. Close your thumbs, close your hands. Both going high. Wow, strong. Kept control of the hand the whole way through, rolled through with a perfect top roll. Good win. All right. 95 kilo and above left arm, New South Wales State Championship. We are moving through the states. We will be heading towards the National Championship by the end of the year. The South Australian Championship will be taking place in October. We haven't set the date officially yet, but as soon as we know what that is, we will be moving forwards with that. So you can hear the Aussie arm wrestler, Jake Ward. He is making the commentary happen up there today, obviously doing a fantastic job, as he always does. On the microphone, the guy is an absolute legend. If you are watching me, please remember you can watch what I'm watching. Load up the link. It is in the description. You can see the New South Wales State Arm Wrestling title. It is taking place at the moment. Watch both. You can hear me. You can hear Jake as well at the same time. That's what I'm doing. But yes, 95 kilo and above left arm is where we're at this point. And after this class, they'll be moving back and starting on the right arm, the under 80. So with the state tournaments, the way that they run these tournaments in Australia, we have 3 weight classes. We'll go with under 80 kilos, under 95 kilos, and 95 kilos and above. So that's what we're running with here. This is the 95 kilos and above left arm division. We've got 2 competitors stepping up to the table at the moment, just getting everything set and ready. Silverback's a competitor on the left side of screen against the Sydney Spartans competitor on the right-hand side, taking their grips. You're going to get the faster setup here. Close your thumbs, close your hands, high or low. Probably both going to go high if I look at their hands there. Oh, probably going to end on a slip, maybe an elbow foul there. Going for the press. He's got his fingers. And he's come off the end of the table there. And they've given that a win, probably the 2 fouls. So maybe the first little micro elbow foul at the very start and then slipping off the end of the pad. So I'm not sure if they're running with running fouls, but that is the reason that he was given the loss there. 2 fouls during that match. If you are watching, say hello in the chat there. I will say hello back. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. This is always one of those things where you go live and then you're like, I don't know if it's working. So if you are having a look and you are watching, say hello, because I can see it. And then you can say, hey, Matt, I can't hear what you're saying, or you look stupid. Well, I look stupid anyway, but you get to say that, and I will say, oh yes, they can see me, so that does help. All right, we are moving into this round here, so we're getting into the deeper end of this left arm over 90 kilos division. Looks like they are going straight in for the strap, unless I missed a slip. I did flick back and forth between 2 different screens there, so I possibly might have missed a slip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up 2 screens so that I can see what I'm doing at the same time. So I can see both things. Oh, there we go. We've got a couple of people saying hello. Ryan says, hello, all good. Hello, Ryan. And Adnan as well. Adnan. Hey, that's Hamza's father, or it might be Hamza that's actually using his father's account or something. Yes, the link is in the description. You can load that up. It's in the description of this video. So, and if you can't find it there, if you just type in the Sydney Spartans arm wrestling club, it is his father. Oh, hello. Nice to see you on here. Yes, you can find the link in my description, and you can also go to the Facebook page for Sydney Spartans, and you'll find the link for the stream there as well. So, all right. I'll just get both things loaded up here so I can see what I'm doing. I want to see both screens at once. Just give me 1 sec. And So I don't want to miss the comments, and I don't want to miss the action. All right, let's move that there, move that there. There we go. All right, perfect. So now we're getting into the heavier guys here on the left arm. This is the over 95 kilo division on left arm. It's got some heavy hitters here. Sydney Spartans member on the right-hand side. I do recognize the guy on the left as a veteran. I can't think of what his name is at this point in time, but you can see he's very strong. Oh, they're both from the Sydney Spartans. Okay, great. I'm trying to catch Jake's commentary at the same time. I recognize a lot of the figures in this side of things, but I don't know everyone's name off the top of my head. I will do my best. Anyone I do recognize, I will absolutely call their name for sure, but it can be a little tricky sometimes. There's a lot of members in the arm wrestling community and a lot of fantastic guys. I wish I knew every single person by name. Sometimes I just know them by sight. But yes, we are in the heavy end of the over 95 kilo left arm division. So Mario Tembakis is still in this class. He had a win about 3 or 4 matches back. He will be the man to beat of the competitors that I have seen so far. Mario will be a heavy favorite in this tournament, both on left and right. Mario has been on an absolute tear, crushing through a lot of the competitors throughout the world. He went over to the United States, did a fantastic job over there. And here we go. We're in straps here. Maybe have an elbow foul. No, he's rolled through for the top roll win. Fantastic. Good job there. Always a good thing to see in the arm wrestling world that there's always a nice handshake and the camaraderie that goes along with matches. All right. Hello, Benji Mac. Yo. How are you? Nice to see you. It is Saturday afternoon here for us in Australia. If you're in Australia as well, hello to you. We are watching the over 95 kilo left arm, and we're about to see the man I was just talking about, Mario Tembakis. He is on the left-hand side of screen. Shirt is covered with chalk. He's obviously been very busy. He's probably had a hand in running this event as well. He will be the man to beat. And you see there a little smile for Mario. Lovely guy. Usually doesn't matter too much what the opponent wants to get. He's quite happy to go along with anything that they decide that they will grip up with, because he's so powerful, so strong. It doesn't matter. He was actually saying to a lot of our competitors, just take whatever grip you want to take. I'm going to win. So, and he would just be like, are you happy with that grip? Let's just say go. And you can have the absolute everything in your grip, your best possible grip, and he would just crush you no matter what. So they're getting strapped up here. Mario laughing. He's very relaxed. He's ridiculously strong. And Benji says, nice. I pulled with Tembakis when he came to Cali at the brewery. Oh, fantastic. Yes. How did you go? Did you feel how strong Mario was? Did he also have a beer in his left hand at the same time as he did with a lot of our guys at the end of the tournament? He easily crushed all of us. And then at the after pulling, he was very relaxed. Literally have footage of him drinking a beer as somebody else is giving 100%. He couldn't move his arm an inch. So here we go. They're strapped together, and an easy win in there again for Mario. Very dominant force. He will be the man to beat in this match, in this division, in this tournament. Interesting to see how they go in terms of whether they'll be having the divisions and then an overall, or whether they're just going to have the weight classes. So obviously if they have the overall, usually, the way that we ran ours in February was that we had each of the first and second places from each weight division. They were entered into the overall, and the overall was where the big money was. So if you came first or second in your weight class, then you were entered into the overall division. And so, the good thing about that is if you are a 70 kilo puller, then you have the opportunity to win the big money. If you're good enough, you can beat the heavier guys. But obviously, the good thing about arm wrestling is that we do have the weight classes there. So that, weight is a significant factor in arm wrestling. Using your body weight, using your body and pulling in the right ways, the right motions is so important when arm wrestling. So if you're 50 kilos more than your opponent and you both have the same skill level, you're more than likely going to win because of that weight factor, which is why we have the weight divisions. And you can see here the two guys strapped together. This should be an interesting match. Both these guys are very high level arm wrestlers. This must be maybe near a semi-final. Got a warning here for an early start. He has actually given a foul for that. So one foul, getting the shoulders set Oz is a veteran referee. You would have seen him up at the Over the Top tournament in the Gold Coast with Larry Wheels, and closing very high, trying to close over the thumb knuckle there. Maybe a warning. No, he's just giving a discussion. Doesn't want his thumb knuckle to be covered, which is fair enough, and rightfully protesting. So looks like both guys want to go high in a top roll position. And obviously the higher that your hand is with your opponent. Wow. Fantastic. Amazing. A nice win there. So a little bit of pausing in the middle. And as soon as he got the position he needed to, just rolled straight through for the win. Must be moving towards the finals now with the left hand over 95 kilos. They're probably running a double elimination, which means that if you lose one time, you are still in the tournament. It does take 2 losses to be eliminated. So this would be, I think they're heading towards the finals. This is probably around either the quarters or the semis. It'd be nice if they had like an on-screen graphic that you could sort of see. What are we looking at here in terms of the competitors? Is it the competitor name? Is it the competitor? Are they in the winning side of the bracket, the losing side of the bracket? But yeah, so okay, looks like we are headed towards the later end of the over 95 kilos here. So remember, you can load up your if you load up the New South Wales arm wrestling stream at the same time, you can listen to me at the same time as watching this tournament. And we've got 25 people that are watching on the New South Wales stream. So hopefully people are enjoying the fact that arm wrestling is taking place around the world. And Benji Mack, in my comments here, saying that Mario is a tank. He is a super tank. He is absolutely. And here we go. We're getting set up for the grip here. Both wanting to go high. A lot of top rolling in this tournament here. Both guys. Oh, and we'll be getting a foul here. Foul for cupping in, more than likely, or covering the knuckles. 1 foul. So we're getting set here. I do like this faster setup with the close the thumbs, close the hands, go. It does move a lot faster through when you've got a tournament situation. More than likely going to get a slip here. Both guys very strong, both trying to top roll. When you get 2 top rollers together, oh, he's got to get his fingers out. There it is. Okay, he's slipped out. Very nice. Good job. It's very clean. He made that a lot harder for himself than it needed to be, unless he really got caught there. Had to flop wrist and sort of shoot his hand upwards to get out of that. He was about this close from being pinned. Really should have slipped a bit earlier there, but yes, interesting match there. So we're going to get strapped together. As I said, a lot of top rollers in this heavyweight division on left arm. I don't think I've seen anybody trying to hook at all so far. Everyone trying to get a high, straight wrist position. Let me get my hand right on the camera here so you can see what I'm doing. So everyone that's sort of setting up is setting up in a very vertical way with their arm, wrist being kicked forwards. They want to be here so when they go, they can roll into the other person's fingers easily. So you can see here with the strap positioning, both guys trying to keep their hands up as much as they can, because if you are a top roller, you don't want your hand to be dropped down in that position and have your opponent roll over the top of you. Is very important. So on that start, both guys trying to keep height in their arms. Very even at the start. He's curled in. He's hit hard. He's been caught. Very strong wrist there. He's got the fingers. He's shaking his head. It has turned to a hook position. He's on his bicep. Oh, and he's dipped low enough to get it. Woo! Good win. Good match. Definitely stronger in the top roll position there. Once it got turned into the hook, I believe he was relying on the bicep muscle to be able to hold him in that position. Wasn't strong enough to hold the opponent off there, but it was a good win. Probably best in the top roll position. He definitely felt confident there. You could see the confident look on his face with the shake of the head, and he thought he had it, but it did get turned into a hook position, and he was pinned. So we are getting down to the finals here in the left-hand over 95 kilos division. Interesting matches. Mario Tembaka still in the winning side. He is the man to beat. So with the double elimination rule, the way that it works when you get to grand finals is that if you are coming from the losing side, you need to win twice against the man who is in the winner's side. You need to knock them into your loser's bracket, and then it is an elimination. So if you have gone through the entire tournament in the winner's side, that is the advantage that you have going into the final, because you need to be beaten twice to lose, and that is where we are headed here. With looks like this would be the grand final. Mario Tembakis on the left side of screen, very strong. He will be the man to beat in this match. Has crushed all of his opponents. Looks very confident here. And are they going to start in a hook position? All right, there we go. You can see that. Mario Tembakis looks like he's taken out that division. There we go. Super Mario, a lovely guy and a fantastic arm wrestler. So it looks like Mario Tembakis has taken out the left arm, 95 kilo and above division. So they'll probably get ready to move the table into position for the right arm. And I believe they start from the lower end of the divisions. So more than likely we'll be going to the 80 and under. So that will be the first division we'll be seeing here, the under 80 kilos and the right arm. Then it'll be 95 kilo and below, and then we'll move to the 95 kilo and above. So we'll see how that plays out. I believe from we've got some messages from Taron Broad earlier that said that there was over 50 people in his division. He competed in the under 80 kilo left hand with 50 competitors, which is just amazing that arm wrestling is getting to this level where we're seeing that many competitors in a single division. So hopefully each one of the divisions was as stacked. I'm not sure if they're running multiple tables. They might only be running this one feature table, but we can see what we're looking at here is this one feature table. That's the one that I have on this screen. If you want to see what I am seeing, the link is there in the description. So have a look at that. We are getting set up. We're just sort of looking at a background of a street here, Marion Street. Car park. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to share my link to my stream with a couple of people from my arm wrestling club, the South Australian Titans Arm Wrestling Club, and we'll see if we can get a couple of those guys to come into the chat here as well. And yeah. So, because I mean, that's what we're here to see. We're here to talk about arm wrestling. Australia, especially Australian arm wrestling, has been going very well. This is one of the state titles. I'm just going to say here, join me in the live stream chat, guys. All right. So we've sent that link through to the guys. We'll see if anybody turns up from the Arm Wrestling Club, from South Australian Titans Arm Wrestling Club, and we'll hopefully get a couple of people here as we gear up for the right arm under 80 kilos. So you can hear Jake Ward, the Aussie arm wrestler, in the background there. He has a fantastic voice. He's an excellent MC, keeps the level very high when it comes to the enjoyment for the fans who are on site. When we were up at the Over the Top tournament in Queensland in the Gold Coast, Jake was working for, I don't know, maybe it was 14 hours or something, keeping energy high in the room, and he did a fantastic job the entire time. He's an excellent MC. He said that he took that job as an audition for Larry Wheels, who was in attendance, and Jake said, this is my audition to commentate for your events, and he did a fantastic, amazing job. If you watched that stream, let me know in the comments, because I haven't actually watched the live, the stream version, because I was there in person, but I should actually go back and watch it, because there were so many matches taking place all at once. There was basically 4 tournaments happening at the same time with 4 different tables in the center of the room. So many matches, a huge $10,000 prize was on the line for the first place overall, which Lachlan Adair ended up taking out. Lachlan Adair from Queensland, he was the winner. And we can see here on stream, we've got Jamie Barrett, who is one of the up-and-coming young arm wrestlers from Queensland, was talking to Ryan Bowen about young Jamie, and he said that Jamie Barrett is the future of arm wrestling with a dedication that he has seen like nobody else. He's the man is going from place to place every single night. He is traveling between the best people he can possibly find to arm wrestle, and he has done an amazing job with his career. We'll see how he goes here today. I hope he does very well, because you always want to see people who are putting in the effort and the dedication to get the best results that they can. You want them to be able to find success and victory in their chosen sport. So you can see here, he is warming up his right arm there, just in some hold positions in the hook. A very strong young man. He hopefully will continue to rise with the world of arm wrestling. Has some big ideas and big goals of where he wants to end up in the sport, and we hope to see him do very well. He's wearing one of the Burnett Brothers t-shirts. Of course, that is the Burnett brothers from Queensland, with Sam Burnett and his younger brothers there, that all are incredible arm wrestlers with a hefty amount of wins to their names. I don't believe that Sam Burnett is there today. I believe he is gearing up for some tournaments that he'll be attending in Southeast Asia. So that's the thing, when you have a big opportunity on a big world stage, you sort of tend to maybe give the smaller tournaments a miss in case of injury. The last thing you want to do is get injured before an event. So that is why we are not seeing Sam Burnett here. And he was scheduled to go in the Garage Wars competition as well, but unfortunately he has pulled out of that. Obviously, this event that's taking place in the Southeast Asia is a big deal, so he will be attending that instead. Once again, guys, you can load up the New South Wales arm wrestling stream. The link is in my description there, and you can also go to the Sydney Spartans arm wrestling Facebook page. The link is there. It will be the first one that pops up. They are in between the right arm and left arm. It looks like the left arm has finished, and they are just about getting set up to start the under 80 kilos right arm. So we will see some familiar faces, probably the same guys that did compete in the left. So I believe that the final was Josh Barker and Taryn Broad, with Taryn Broad taking the win on the left arm. Coming from the losers bracket, he did need to win twice against Josh Barker, as Josh Barker had gotten an early pin on Taryn Broad earlier in the preliminary stages of the tournament, but Taryn able to make the adjustment and get the win twice in the grand final, which is always exciting to see somebody come back from the losers bracket to get the victory on the right hand. Oh, sorry, it was on the left hand, under 80 kilos. So that will be the class that will be running first, will be the under 80 kilos. On the right hand side, so we're still looking at the Sydney Spartans helmet here. The Sydney Spartans Arm Wrestling Club is been one of the longest running arm wrestling clubs in the country. They have a rich history, and some absolutely amazing arm wrestlers have come from that club. Very strong guys. It seems to be that Melbourne, Sydney, and Queensland, well, Brisbane especially, and the Gold Coast have some incredibly strong arm wrestlers. And we are from Adelaide trying to catch up and meet the level that these guys are on. There are obviously the other clubs around the country. There's some very strong guys from Western Australia that do make their way over to these events as well. So it is great to see that arm wrestling in Australia is growing and moving forwards and upwards as a sport. So at this point in time, we are sitting between the left arm tournament, which I didn't see the under 95 kilos event, but I did see that the winners of the under 80 kilos left arm was Taryn Broad from South Australia, and he won against Josh Barker. So Taryn Broad first position and Josh Barker in first, and we just saw the wrapping up of the over 95 kilo left arm division, which was the winner of the Mario Tambakis, who is going to be the man to beat in this event. You will have to look out for this man. He has been crushing it at all levels across the country and even internationally. He has been performing very well over there. So with a big smile on his face, he took out the left arm over 95 kilos division here with a hook start. They did agree to start in a hook on their left arm over 95 kilos division final, and Mario Tambakis easily getting the win there. He is an incredibly strong man, and we will more than likely see him in the finals of the right arm as well. He did a fantastic job in the over-the-top tournament as well, the one that was held in the Gold Coast earlier this year. Mario actually he got a win and a pin on Larry Wheels, which was an amazing effort. Well done to Mario. He is really moving through the ranks very quickly, probably sitting around maybe third, fourth in the country. And he has solidified that with a left arm over 95 kilo win here in the New South Wales State Championships in the arm wrestling world. So well done to Mario Tambakis taking out the left arm over 95 kilos. And we have a winner in Taryn Broad in the under 80 kilo division, which was apparently stacked. They had over 50 competitors, which is an incredible result to get that many people competing. Arm wrestling is on that breakthrough point. It is moving up. We are enjoying the fact that arm wrestling is starting to rise through the ranks. It feels to me like it's right on that launching point. So yeah, if you're an arm wrestling fan, there is a lot more to come with this sport. You can see that people are getting more involved. People are, every time I talk to somebody about arm wrestling, they generally have seen it. They know somebody, or they've seen something on YouTube, and it's like, well, this is kind of cool. More and more people are being familiar with the sport, as opposed to them saying, oh, arm wrestling, is that a real thing? Is that a real sport? It's like, hey, yes, it's a real sport. But now the reactions, probably in the last year, I've noticed that people have been changing the way that they've been responding to saying, oh, because obviously, look, I'm part of the South Australian Arm Wrestling, South Australian Titans Arm Wrestling Club, and they say, oh yeah, arm wrestling. I've seen Schoolboy, or I've seen Larry Wheels, or I've seen Juji Mufu getting in on it, or Davin Larrett. So there are people that are sort of getting the word out, and they do understand that arm wrestling is a real thing, a real sport, which is amazing. That's what we want to know. We want to see. We want the sport to rise and get bigger. If you are watching, say hello. I will talk back to you. It's nice to have a bit of interaction, a bit of discussion as we go through this. We're just sitting here waiting for the right arm division to start. We have a pin pad sort of sitting up nice and high. I would like it if they would change the camera angle. It would be good. It's sort of sitting on the incorrect side of the screen for me. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, but I would love it to be tilted just a little bit further down and a little bit to the other side, because at the moment, maybe they'll make the adjustment when they start this under 80 kilos right hand division. But yeah, if you are in this channel watching myself talk about this event, please say hello. I would like to have some interaction. I can chat to you as we are going through this. So under 80 kilos right arm will be the next division up on this event for the New South Wales State Arm Wrestling Championship. Moving through the state tournaments, we will see, we will be running a tournament here in October. Haven't got the date solidified at this point in time, but it will be taking place here. And so we've got the New South Wales event here. We will have the South Australian event in October. You can keep an eye out on the Australian Arm Wrestling Federation Facebook page or their website, and it will have a calendar list of events. You can see when the state titles are in your part of the world. I think we have been through a couple of states already, with Queensland, I think, has already had theirs. Victoria, maybe it might be coming up. If you have a look at that calendar there, you'll be able to see But this is a big day for the world of arm wrestling in Australia. Here we have the New South Wales State Titles taking place. So we will see how that plays out in the world of arm wrestling. So sitting between the left arm and the right arm at the moment, they are taking a break. We would like to see it start, and hopefully it will start soon. But while we're waiting, I'll talk about some other things, arm wrestling related. So we had some big stories with Uncle John this week. I know I didn't make any footage or any videos or content about that. And personally, I just think it was a little bit of a non-issue. I think it was blown out of proportion. I think that it was a mistake that was made. Uncle John obviously being aggressive in that position. He pushed forwards. Wasn't a good move, and he apologized for it, and he apologized straight at the end of the event as well. That's all that really needed to take place. So seeing people call each other out and make videos about how nasty it was, and this is not the way that the sport should go. I just think it was not really that necessary. I think it was more of a non-issue in a lot of ways. That you want the guy to realize that he's done the wrong thing, which he did, and you want him to apologize, which he did. So it just needs to move forwards, really. I don't think there was much else going on, maybe because there was no arm wrestling stuff that was happening last weekend, really, and that became the thing to focus on. So, but the Iron House is where that event took place, when I'm talking about with that controversial moment. And we did see Uncle John with a loss in the end. He ended up losing that match, but obviously, Neil Pickup has been doing a fantastic job putting that Iron House series together. So if you are a fan of arm wrestling, go and check that out. They are releasing episodes regularly. They've got a whole bunch of guys from around the world that are top level, and they are doing an amazing job with their production. So moving forwards, we are hoping to see increased levels of production with that. And yeah, they're doing really well. I'm really impressed. It's wonderful to see that people are putting their time and effort into arm wrestling to bring it up to that level. I've got two people in here watching. If you are watching, say hello in the comments and I can talk back to you. It's always good to have some commentary feedback. That's the idea of doing lives. I love to interact with you guys. If you are a fan of arm wrestling, what I am doing, I am watching the live New South Wales arm wrestling stream, which you can find in my description there. They are sitting between the divisions at the moment. That's why we're not seeing a lot of action taking place. We have just wrapped up the left arm side of the tournament. It is completed. They are about to start the right arm under 80 kilos. There will be 3 divisions on the right arm: the under 80 kilos, under 95 kilos, and the 95 kilo and above. So we will see what happens with that as soon as they get things wrapping. And here we go on this screen at the moment. We can see here that it is in fact Taryn Broad from South Australia. A bit of a haircut, Taryn. I didn't see that. He's obviously had that since the last time I saw him, but he's getting warmed up and fired up. He will be a very strong competitor to beat in this under 80 kilo division. So I would say here's my prediction for this division. It will be very similar to the left arm. I believe it will be Josh Barker and Taryn Broad in the final. We'll see what happens. Josh Barker is an incredibly strong and incredibly fast press off the go. He's lightning quick. His technique is explosive. And if you are not ready and you don't time your hit or your catch to perfection, he will pin you before you've realized that the match has started. He is so fast. Taryn is not the opposite, but he's not fast. He's incredibly strong. But if he catches you, he will make you pay. And it is not a fun thing trying to beat Taryn Broad's wrist. But where Josh Barker has a chance is in that speed off the hit. If he can hit it fast enough and get the pin before Taryn can react, that is his best path to victory. However, Taryn Broad if he does get that stop, he will be strong enough to roll through and use his famous hook and get the pin. So those will be the two guys to watch in this division. That will be coming up in a moment. So Jamie Barrett as well will be interested to see how he goes in this division. Not sure exactly how he went in the left arm because I did miss a strong portion of that. Been running around crazy today trying to load the stream at the same time as some of the other things I've been doing. But we are home now in the studio. I thought, hey, I'll go live and we'll get some interaction with some of the guys that are watching. But at the moment, we don't have any action to talk about on the screen, so it's just me talking. But we have some big matches coming up. Arm wrestling has a big future. We are trying to be part of that future, and it feels to me like arm wrestling is at that launching pad. It's on the brink of breaking through to the next level. The people that do it absolutely love it, and the people that try it out, they enjoy it. And that's the best thing about it, is that this sport is a fun sport. And as long as people are having fun, then that is the most important thing. So the thing that I really love about it the most is that anybody can step up to a table, put their elbow on the table and have a go at it and have fun and have a good time and enjoy themselves. They don't have to know the ins and outs of technique. They don't have to know absolutely everything about the sport to even start. I always compare it to something like tennis, where you have to learn how to hit the ball. You have to learn how to hit the ball over the net. You have to learn how to hit the ball into certain parts of the other side of the court, to be able to start to have a rally back and forth, to be able to actually enjoy the sport. Whereas arm wrestling, you could have never done it before, and it's very simple to understand. Put your elbow there, grab hold of the pole. Now try to put my hand on the pad. That's all you got to do. And people can have fun doing that, regardless of their strength level, regardless of their skill level. They can have a good time. And that's what we try to encourage every time that people come down to the SA Titans Arm Wrestling Club, which we do have weekly training sessions every Sunday on 5:45 till 8 o'clock at Kilburn Community Centre. Anybody can come along. It is free. Everything is provided. And we want to make sure that anybody who turns up has a good time and enjoys the sport of arm wrestling. So that is the world that we're living in. We're hoping that arm wrestling will continue to rise. I'm trying to push the sport as much as I can, doing things like what I'm doing right now with the live stream and doing demonstrations. You'll see on my channel over the next few days that we'll be having footage up there from a few of the demonstrations that I have done in the last week. I did one at the local Derrimut gym down at Seaford. They had a grand opening there with a revamp. They had a smaller version of their gym, which they've now moved to a lot bigger location. They had a big grand opening with DJs and competitions and all sorts of things. And I was lucky enough that they asked if I could bring the arm wrestling table along as well. And I did, and arm wrestled a lot of the guys in the gym and had a lot of fun. And I hope that they had some fun as well. But I think that is the way forward, getting this sport out where people can have a go, because people can be fans of the sport on YouTube and they can know what it is. But if they don't get a go at it, they are more than likely just going to leave it as fans, whereas they can become competitors. But if they are given the opportunity, that's how I found the sport. I went to the Arnold Expo in Melbourne, and Tom Uglacia, one of the guys from Melbourne, called me over to the table. Come on, mate, have a go. Could see that I did want to have a go, and yes, had my first ever pull with Tom, and yeah, amazing. Loved it. Met a couple of the guys from the South Australian club, and then went and met Devin Larat at his seminar. So amazing experience, to be able to pull against the literal one of the best guys in the world on your second time arm wrestling. So that is how accessible it is to the top level of this sport, and you can see the rise and the growth that is happening with the sport, that these people are starting to get untouchable into unreachable, uncontactable, because they are getting overwhelmed with people that are trying to reach out to them. Which is a very good thing, a very good sign that there is so many people interested in the sport that they are reaching out to the top recognizable figures. So that is where we're sitting at the moment. At the moment, we are watching the New South Wales State Titles, and we're sitting watching a screen because they are in between the left arm and the right arm. But we did hear Jake Ward, the Aussie arm wrestler, making some comments there that hopefully we will be seeing the right arm under 80 kilos tournament coming up soon. We're getting some movement. The microphone is bouncing up and down. So hopefully we'll see the start of the round here. We've got Taryn in the chat here, and I'm going to say, when is the division going to start? And give us an idea. Start, because we want to see some action. And looks like they're about to get ready. They're changing the pads over to the right arm. If you want to watch what I am watching, you can load up the same link that I have here, which is in my description. If you can't see my description, then just head your way over to Facebook and type in the search bar there, the Sydney Spartans Arm Wrestling Club. It will be the first link that pops up. You will be able to see that will be taking place, and it looks like we are getting set up for the right arm. All right. Looks like they've sort of aimed the camera. I'd love it if they could just tilt the camera down a little bit so you get a view of the table. We could see both pin pads. But yeah, it's sort of sitting a little bit high at the moment. I'd love to see more of the table, but here we go. We're getting Oz back. He is the referee. Looks like he's been doing most of the divisions today. A very experienced veteran referee. The style of setup that they have been going with is one that is very good for tournaments. It is very fast. It is basically a close your thumbs, close your hands, go. And that moves through the matches a lot faster than the traditional setup of lining everyone's knuckles, hands, positions, shoulders. So you'll see here we are starting the right hand under 80 kilo division. And if you want to see what I am seeing, load up the New South Wales arm wrestling stream. Here we go. We're about to get set here. Looks like both guys either low hand top rolling or wanting to turn in for a hook, and that's what we see. We see a hook position and a strong pin there moving forwards. Okay, so it looks like they're running. Oh, here we go. We have Adam Hasty has joined the group chat here. Hello, Adam. Nice to see you in the chat there. If you want to see what I am seeing, you can load up the stream that is in my link, or you can go to Facebook and type in Sydney Spartans Arm Wrestling. It will be there in the live, and you'll be able to see the tournament that is taking place. It is the state tournament for New South Wales. So that is what we are watching at the moment. It is the under 80 kilos division. So Peter Waszczenko, I believe that's probably not how you say his name, but on the left-hand side, I believe that's him. A very strong veteran. Yeah, it looks like him. It's hard to tell from the angle they've got this camera, but he would be the favorite in this match here. The guy on the left-hand side of screen. I do like the Todzilla shirt that the other guy is wearing. I do own one of those shirts as well. From Pound for Pound Arm Wrestling, Ryan Bowen's. I can't see the thumb knuckles. Not happy with the setup there. So you can see here we've got close your thumbs, close your hands, go is the way we are running this. Close your thumbs, that's the way. Don't cover the thumbs when you close your hand. Looks like Peter's going to press here. He's very close to his hand. Well, wow, no, he didn't press. He didn't need to press. He was very dominant in that position, a lightning fast flash pin. So yes, he is moving on. They are running a double elimination tournament here. We've got Adam again. He said he's just heard. He's got it sorted. Excellent, Adam. Good to see that you are able to watch the New South Wales State Arm Wrestling Titles. It is the under 80 kilos right arm that you are watching at the moment, and you can see me talking about it at the same time. And love to have the discussion here in the chat so we can talk about what's happening. Maybe if you want to say your thoughts on each match as well, who you think will win. Maybe if you can get your comment in before the match happens. I believe the guy on the right-hand side will win this round. I haven't seen either of these two guys before, but I'm just going with my gut feeling that with the setup. And there we go. I'm going to take that victory. Yeah. So if you are not sure who these guys are, let's. Hopefully, I'll know the majority of guys, but I don't know everyone, especially if with the amount of competitors that are in this division. I believe that there was over 50 that competed in the left hand. So hopefully, we've got a similar count for the right. But yeah, maybe if you just want to put, Adam says the arm size was my only choice. Okay, I don't know either of these two guys either. I'm going to go with the right-hand side again. He looks confident. He's got one of the state shirts on there, which is a little bit of a giveaway usually. It looks like he might be going for a low-hand top roll here in the setup. We're about to get started. Close your thumbs, close your hands. Probably going to slip here. He's going for the top roll. Usually when you get two top rollers, you will always get a slip. And that's what happens here. And we're going to get the strap happening. So we've got Oz is the referee, a veteran referee, and the way they are running this tournament and the way we will be running our state tournament in October will be double elimination. So if you do lose, you are still in the tournament. You get knocked into the losers bracket side of the tournament. It is always one of those things with saying losers bracket or winners bracket. I sometimes it's better to say the A side or the B side, but I've been watching fighting games for years, and they've always referred to it as the winners bracket and losers bracket, and I just do it by habit. So yes, here we go. So close your thumbs, close your hands. I believe the guy on the right will probably get this. And it's going to be a close match. Wow, I was wrong. So he was there with the initial hit, but the opponent was too strong, caught that hit and rolled through. So well done to the guy on the left-hand side of screen. As I said, I don't know everybody in this tournament, but we're going to have some fun, and we're just going to pick people that based purely and prejudicially on appearance and what shirt they're wearing. So, yeah, Adam says, what did you say here? Everyone needs two chances. I've only ever seen two loss eliminations since I watched arm wrestling. I agree. It does make you feel better if you have been flash pinned that you still have another chance. Believe the rule. This is going to be tough. Yeah, Adam's gone blue shirt. I'm going to agree with you, Adam. I also picked the blue shirt. They both look very confident in this setup. Got the close your thumbs, close your hands, both going hard. It's going to be a slip. Two top rollers, always a slip. Might as well just say, are you going to top roll? I'm going to top roll. Why don't we just start in the strap? All right, we're going to get the strap happening here. We're going to get the referee to assist. Almost feels like I'd rather just see people start in a strap. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so many slips. And it's like, even when people get a pin out of straps, it's usually somebody else like trying to get away and their fingers sort of get pinned. Yes, I think maybe just go with the strap from the start. All right. We're getting strapped together here. I'm still sticking with my prediction of the left-hand side of the screen, the guy with the beard, that he will take the victory here, although they did both not really give a lot of indication in that first second of their last round where they both slipped because it was so quick. It's rough watching Finger Wars. It is watching Finger Wars a lot of the time when two people are trying to slip, or at least one of them is, and the other one's trying to hold on. You end up with the Uncle John situation. Here we go. We're going to make sure the wrists are straight before we close both hands. And here we go. Oh, and he's gone with a flop press. He's caught the flop, but no, he has actually been pinned. surprising there. He didn't lose his wrist straight away. Almost looked like he did that deliberately. Not sure. Maybe he wasn't happy with his setup. He might have felt that he was out of position instantly and his only option was to flop, but it looked like his wrist instantly got bent back into a flop position. He did catch one hit, but probably not used to trying to roll in that position, and he ended up getting pinned on the second surge. So surprising. I did not expect him to flop. I think maybe he didn't deliberately do it. I think that he probably felt that in the setup, the other gentleman was too high and that he couldn't get the top roll position he needed. Right here, I think the guy on the right-hand side will be going for a hook, and there it is. It is a pin with a hook position. He's still pulling. Oz has to tell him to stop because he has been pulling and he's already got the pin about 5 seconds earlier. But yes, usually you can see the way they've positioned their hand. If it's very straight like this, I'm trying to get my hand in a position so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you are about to start and you are basically vertical, you're more than likely going to be top rolling. If your hand is like this, you're more than likely going to be turning in for a hook position unless you are trying to low hand top roll. So, yeah, there were two solid looking 80 kilo guys. I do agree. This one, don't know either guy. I'm going to go with the guy on the left purely based on the shirt. And that was that was lightning quick. I'm not sure if he jumped the start there or not, but that was so fast. Well done to the guy on the left, I'm going to call him. That was a good pin. It was incredibly quick. There's no messing around. The hat for sure. Well, unfortunately, Adam, you were incorrect on that one. The hat did lose. Yes, sad. What is that? Is that the vomit thing? Or is that the crying emoji? Oh, it's a face palm. Very nice. Okay. Here we go. So we've got two guys here. I don't know either of these guys, but I'm going to make a prediction. Let's have a look. Let's see how they set up because this is difficult. They both have arm wrestling fan shirts. I'm going to go with the guy on the right because he looks very cool, calm, collected. He has a club shirt on, which means he is experienced. And we're getting, close your thumbs, both going high. It's going to be a slip. You can tell every time, isn't it? It's just like, you go high, I'm going to go high. It's a slip. Yeah. If the referee sees him go high, it's like, all right, guys, we're just going to put the strap on. You're going to slip. It's like, especially in a tournament because it's like you just want to see the matches sort of roll on because when you got a lot of competitors, it's like, oh, they've slipped. Got the strap, put in the strap takes, as we're seeing right here, 45 seconds or whatever. Just start with the bloody strap. What do you think, Adam? Start with the strap? Or do you like seeing a slip every time? Awesome. This club championship is streamed. The more, the better. I agree. The more that we get to see of arm wrestling, the better it is. And guys, we will see better quality streams, better production, and we'll get more familiar with the pullers that are going. And here we go. I was incorrect. I got that one wrong. A quick pin for the man on the left there. I wish I knew everybody's name, but unfortunately, I am not familiar with everyone in the country in the arm wrestling world. But the guys I do know, I will give you background on them. But the good thing about tournaments is that you do get to see a lot of new, fresh faces. And that's what we're seeing here today. And that's what we get some fun where we make a quick prediction when you're purely just jumping into I think this guy will win because of the way that they're wearing their shirt. I don't know. It's just going to make up a very quick decision. And let's have a look here. So I'm going to go with the guy on the right-hand side. The way I think he looks very confident in his setup. He's set his bone line directly past his opponent. He looks very confident and very measured. The other gentleman is pointed straight at the chest of the man on the right, which is a weaker position to be starting in. You would ideally like to be pointed past your opponent in the bone line position. And they've turned to the hook. He's going to sit on his bicep. A little bit of a casual face there. The shoulder is a little bit too close to the hand. And yes, I'm not sure if he was playing possum there a little bit. Are they going to restart? I believe that there maybe was a foul, an elbow foul from the gentleman on the right. So if they're running with running fouls, if you do foul during the match, then it will be a restart if you get a pin. If you win, but you get a foul during the match, you will be restarted. So here we go. Adam says that was good. And he's going back to the hook position. Very strong in the hook. Dominant in the middle to get his hook position, and then took a breath and rolled straight through for the win. So Adam also says here, I agree. I think strap, but you got to give the guys a chance to win out of it also. Yeah. I'm just biased. I hate slipping. All right, here we go. We've got Taryn Broad from South Australia on the right-hand side, and Peter on the left-hand side. I do know who these guys are. I would favour Taryn in this match. He is the favourite for this division, and he's very serious here, getting set up. Taryn is incredibly strong in the hook position, and he has worked on his speed over the last couple of years. He used to be a reasonably slow starter, but Peter will try his top roll. He's fast. We'll see what happens here. Close your hands. Yeah. Oh, that's a slip under. Is that a loss? Are they going to the strap? No, they're going to go to the strap. I'm not sure what Oz was saying there, but it was definitely a slip under. You can see there that Taryn has the stronger wrist, and he was able to contain Peter's fast hit there. I would almost give that a loss because it was very much a slip under on Taryn's side of the table, which usually is given as a loss, but that's fine. We'll go to the strap. Taryn, being the stronger man, will more than likely dominate this strap position. Out of strap usually favors the guy with the more technique because you can move your hand around a lot more and you can slide up and down and left and right. When you're strapped together, those options are still there, but they are very limited. So here we go. You're getting strapped together. Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Going to watch a big hit here from Taryn. Yeah, too strong. He is definitely the favorite for a reason. You can see that reason right there. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the finals. I believe that it will be a Josh Barker versus Taryn Broad right arm final, as it was in the left arm. Haven't seen Josh yet. Hopefully he is competing in the right arm. He is lightning quick, and we'll see what takes place. Haven't seen Josh so far in this division, so he possibly might be saving himself for under 95s, but we also hadn't seen Jamie Barrett. Maybe they were given the bye in the first early rounds of the tournament through the seeding. So Jamie Barrett on the right-hand side of screen wearing the Burnett Brothers t-shirt. He will be the favourite in this match for sure. He is only young, but he is... he's got the cup there. I was just telling him. Make sure you keep your wrists straight. And there we go. A very strong, easy victory for the young man from Queensland in Jamie Barrett. He is a man to watch. It will be interesting to see how far he can push himself in this tournament and how he goes against the top level guys in the under 80 kilos. Adam says, yes, I agree. Josh is damn good and Taryn is very strong. Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw the left arm. I didn't see it, but I did get some updates from Taryn in our Titans group chat that Josh actually did get a pin on him on the left arm because of the explosive nature of his style. He was able to get a lightning fast pin, and Taryn was knocked into the losers bracket, had to come back and get a victory twice against Josh in the final. But we'll see if that takes place on... we're just watching this one here, so we're going to a slip. Okay, these guys are going to get strapped together. But yes, in the final, obviously double elimination. So Taryn was in the losers bracket. Jamie, yes, not Josh. Sorry. There's so many guys with similar names. And it's like at that level, you got like you got Sam Burnett, Josh Barker, Jamie Barrett. It's like they're very similar names, that I mix them up every now and then. So my apologies, but yes, some very strong young men that are making their name in the arm wrestling world. There we go. Very strong, very dominant. Win there for the man on the left from the Sydney Spartans Club. And yes, now there's these names. Come on, man. They're so similar. They're so similar. Jamie, Josh, and it's Josh Barker, Burnett, Barrett. It's like you could mix all of them together and it's the same name. All right, what have we got here? Josh's second name, Josh Barker. So getting set up here, I believe man on the left, I've seen him several times before. He would be my pick for this match. Maybe an early start there. No, they haven't gripped their thumbs together. Close your thumbs, close your hands, both going high. It's going to end up in a slip. He's like, don't cup in. Do not cup in before they go. If you are watching and you want to know what I am looking at, you can load up the link in my description. It is also on Facebook, the Sydney Spartans Arm Wrestling Club. There we go. We're going to see a slip, as predicted. Adam likes the slip. He likes the fact that people can have a go at winning without going to the strap. I'm not a fan. I just hate it. I think it just takes ages, and especially when I'm editing the video, I always feel like I just want to skip past the slip because it's like you're taking ages to get set up, and then you end up with the slip, which is goes nowhere. So for me, when I'm editing footage, I am very tempted to just skip straight past that, go to the strap match. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I would definitely not argue against an all-strap tournament. I think that it would save a lot of time and a lot of hassle. So we've got here Taryn in my group chat here said that Peter was very fast. He is a fast competitor, absolutely. But he was not strong enough to beat you today, Taryn. So we've got this strap match happening here. A little bit of loading up there. And there it is. Oh, the whole table is moving. Well, might have come off the front of the pad there with his elbow. We'll see what happens if he does get the win. He's going to take a breath. He's got to keep climbing with his fingers. No, 2 fouls. Come off the front of the pad, and that is a loss. So a good match, though. Would have been interesting to see what had happened without the fouls. He was in a good defensive position, and other gentleman on the left-hand side of the screen would have had to keep climbing with his hand higher and higher and higher into the strap, which would have forced the other gentleman's hand further and further and further into a weaker and weaker position. So more and more and more pressure into the fingers, which obviously is harder and harder to defend against. So here we go. It's Josh Barker. He's just coming up. You can see he's just got out of bed, and he's going to lightning fast press this match. It's very relaxed. Oh, that was close, actually. Josh not changing his facial expression at all. He looks very stoic in this position. Maybe he just thought this was going to go to strap no matter what. And he could have just been doing that. He's like, oh, no, this is going to slip, so I'm not even going to try. But he almost got pinned, so he was kind of lucky to get away with it there. And yeah, we're getting the shoulders connected. Watch this press. This will be lightning fast. This is Josh Barker's specialty. He is a master at this. Lightning quick. Bang. There it is. Just unbelievably fast. Unbelievable. Don't know if you actually heard the other guy there, but yes, lightning quick. He will be, my prediction is it will be Josh and Taryn in the final. See how fast he got that pin? That was crazy. It was just like, bang, done. If you're going up against him in that spot. Yeah, you got to be incredibly strong, but not only strong, but you've really got to time the start. You really have to be on your game if you're going to be able to catch that speed. It's a Taryn actually said that in the left hand he only caught him about an inch away from the pad. So, and a very nice victory there for the young man on the left hand side of screen in a hook position. As we said before, the good thing about tournaments is you do get to see a lot of new faces, and people have the opportunity to make a name for themselves and rise through the ranks and go against some of the best people in the country. I don't think we've seen the guy on the left-hand side of screen yet, or I don't remember seeing him, but I do remember the guy on the right, and he did have a loss. So here, I'm going to go with the guy on the left-hand side of the screen. This must be in the loser's bracket, though, because the guy on the right-hand side is in the loser's bracket. I don't remember seeing the guy on the left side. He must have had a loss. So this would be an elimination match here. And we got the slip. What a surprise. And we've got the Drew, the man himself, has made an appearance. The algorithm boosting commenter, the Drew24, says, "Dang, there's so many live streams today." What else is happening today with the live streams? We've got this one here, the New South Wales Arm Wrestling State Championships, and obviously that's what I'm watching. You can see what I am looking at by loading up the link in my description, or you can go to the Sydney Spartans Facebook page. We are setting up here for a strap match. This is an elimination under 80 kilos right arm match. Close your thumbs, close your hands, both going high. It's going to be a top roll versus top roll. And he hasn't got the pin yet. It is 1 inch away from the pad, sitting high. His flop wrist. So he's in a flop press position. Wow, that was a good comeback. That was an amazing comeback there. Well done to the man on the right-hand side of the screen. If I knew his name, I would say what it is, but I don't. But that was impressive. So obviously using a flop wrist defensive position, he'd lost his wrist completely, but was able to get underneath and hold on in that position. The other gentleman was not able to get enough pressure into his fingers to be able to finish that off, and extended. I don't know if you saw the mistake that he made there. He extended his arm too far from his body, which the other gentleman was able to curl in and get a press victory. So well done. That was a good match. Best match that has happened on the stream so far. Adam says, "Oh, Barker, holy crap, that lady's good." He is good. I believe it will be him and Taryn Broad in the final. We've got a hook match happening here. And here we go. We are stuck in the middle. This is a good match here. He's got a hold with his bicep. And unfortunately not strong enough. That was a good match. That was great. Gotta love a hook war. Drew says, "My face looks in proper proportion here. You don't look stretched vertically." Yeah, that was a setting. I'm using a program called Restream. And when it's set to original quality, it seems to stretch my image. And when you set it to high quality, it seems to go correctly. And sometimes it likes to switch itself back, which is annoying. But obviously it's working out properly today. And we've got Peter on the right-hand side of screen. I haven't seen the guy on the left-hand side of screen, but this is an elimination match because Peter did lose to Taryn earlier. And it looks like they're starting in the strap, which is always my preferred way of a tournament. You don't want to see 5 minutes of them messing around for a slip and then messing around for a strap. Just start in the strap. All right, what have we got here? Adam says, "Jamie is young, very good though," and I agree. He has been doing amazing things. He has been pushing hard. He's been training with some of the top guys around Queensland. Ryan Bowen especially speaks very highly of the young man. So here we go. Peter would be my pick in this match with a top roll. It's going to be a fast, flashing top roll. He likes to get his shoulder very close to his hand, and he will go lightning fast off this start. There it is. And Peter Waschenko has taken the victory on the right hand. He is a veteran. He will go far in this tournament, even though he is in the losers bracket. He is more than likely probably going to be sitting around the 4th position. Not enough power to beat Taryn, not enough speed to beat Josh Barker, but he has the technique to be able to roll through a lot of the people that are in this tournament here. So, what have we got? Josh and Ironhouse. Yes, absolutely. We'll see what happens in the future. Hey there, Drew. We've got some comment chat going on between the two guys here. Yes, the YouTube algorithm boosting comment man. He is the man who is behind that. I believe the guy on the left-hand side of screen will take this one. And there we go. That is an elimination match. This is the under 80 kilos right arm New South Wales State Tournament. The next division will be the under 95 kilos, and then we'll be moving up to the 95 kilos and above. The Drew says 98% are streaming right now, and Evan was on earlier. Benji Mac is streaming some Warzone. Okay, fantastic. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier, is that arm wrestling is growing. We are seeing a lot more streams and tournaments, and the sport is growing in popularity. So always fantastic to see that people are streaming, that they're going forwards with promoting the events. My pick here, on the guy on the left-hand side of screen, is wrong. I was so wrong there. Well done to the guy on the right, proving me wrong completely. But that's part of the game, is that you get to make a decision very last second. Although this one here, I believe the guy on the right hand side will take this one. I believe it will be a slip. They will go to straps. We'll see if that happens, because that's been the trend so far with this man on the right. Does look like he is setting up for a hook position. And he's turning in already. Was the veteran referee there saying, "Don't turn in," and he couldn't turn in. He got pinned. Wow, I think he missed the time. I missed the start. I think he went to turn in. Oz told him not to turn in. Then the match started. He wasn't ready, and he mistimed it, and he was not able to get his hooking position and got pinned. So there you go. It's an early dinner. All right. You're in Whyalla, aren't you, Adam? I believe. You're at the same time as me. It should be about 4 o'clock. That is a very early dinner. I don't need to log into Facebook to see this, because I've never had a Facebook account. Oh, that is good. There we go. There is a very strong wrist position there for a pin. He will be moving on. I'm not sure if I remember seeing either of those guys, but it might have been a elimination side of the bracket. I'm not sure if they're running 2 tables or if this is the only table they are running. So there potentially might be some matches taking place off screen that we can't see. Facebook is so 80s. Wow, the 80s. All right, who's our pick for this one here, guys? Before the match happens, are we going with the beard or are we going with the no beard? I'm going with the beard. And Adam says, huge event in India this week. Pro Panja. Wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen any of the arm wrestling in India. So it would be cool to see that. Maybe I'll try to look for that stream after this. Is that happening tomorrow or is that happening tonight? Facebook is the 80s. I love that. So funny. It is trending older. If you've noticed, if you follow any of the aspects of analytics with social media, Facebook trends older by the day. It is heading towards the Snapchat and even Instagram is started to move older in their audience. TikTok is dominating. They are doing fantastic things. Nowhere near the levels of the other two, but in terms of growth, they are doing fantastic things there. And there we go. The beard man himself has won this one here. Wish I knew his name, but a strong, dominant top roll in straps there. He'll be moving on. Here we go. Huge event in India this weekend. Yes, we saw that one. And Gladstone in Queensland. Is that where it's taking place? Oh, no, that's where you are. Oh, right. I thought you were in Whyalla and here in South Australia, but I'm obviously incorrect. You're half an hour ahead of me. 4:30 is an early lunch still, though. No, dinner. I'm getting myself confused here. I'm trying to look at like 6 screens at once, comments and the match. So, yes. Anyway, here we go. Peter, on the right-hand side of screen. I believe he will be the favourite in this one here. We've got the Drew saying that there was one-way traffic in this match, which was probably a couple of matches ago. But yes, I believe Peter Waschenko will take this one on the right-hand side of screen. He will be my prediction to come in around the third or fourth position. He's lightning fast. Watch this top roll. He gets the timing very quick. Bang. There it is. Was it a pin? Yes, it was. Pretty close, but it was good enough. Well done to Peter there. All right, we're continuing on. We've got a message in our group chat here that Taryn Broad has got a crazy adrenaline rush right now. He's actually shaking. And all right. And Adam says, no stream for Pro Panja. It will be released gradually, I think. That's a mistake. They need to go as much exposure as they possibly can. And a nice, easy top roll victory there. Red shirt has my kind of shirt with a POC, my favorite. All right. Is that what you're wearing in your profile photo? I can't quite tell in this image. Let me see. I'm going to click off of your comment. I'm seeing a grey shirt with a folded arms and sunglasses. Can't quite tell that there's a pocket in that shirt. But if you say there is, there is. Guy on the right is my pick here. What do we say? What do we think? Adam and Drew, they're in my chat here. What do we think? Quickly, before this match happens. Left or right? I think right. Oh, there we go. That's one for me. I didn't see you guys getting fast enough. You're going to type faster. All right. Referee is Oz. He is a veteran referee. Did a lot of work at the over-the-top tournament in the Gold Coast we had earlier in the year with Larry Wheels in attendance. And the Drew says, no, that one I don't have a pocket on, but the ones I use now do have pockets. Maybe you have to upgrade your profile photo, Drew, because it doesn't have a pocket. If you like the shirts with the pockets, going to have to get a new profile photo because that shirt does not have a pocket. Somebody's dropped off. All right, here we go. This profile photo is from 20 years ago. Wow, you're catfishing people. You're catfishing me thinking that is you when that was you from 20 years ago. That's the 1980s version of the Drew. Facebook is the 80s and so is the Drew's profile photo. All right. They have Michael Todd there for promotional stuff. That's cool. All right. What do we think, guys? Right or left? I think... Oh, this is tough. This is tough from this setup. I'm going to go right. Adam says right as well. Oh, we're both wrong. We're both incorrect. Good win there. I don't look much different. Yeah, you've probably got pockets in your shirts now, as opposed to that profile photo. That catfishing profile photo from the Drew. The algorithm boosting comment. Man, here we are. Taryn Broad has appeared on the screen. Oh, this would be an interesting match here. So, Jamie Barrett and Taryn Broad. Drew says that's it. That's the only difference. Just a pocket in the shirt and nothing else. Look how low that strap is being applied. That is incredibly low. It's giving a massive advantage to the hook style of Taryn Broad. And if Jamie should be protesting how low that strap is, but have a look at the height difference there, guys. That's like an inch difference between the height of the strap. This should be an interesting match. Taryn with the power. Jamie's going to have the speed. Here we go. Close your thumbs. Don't cup in. Looks pretty good. He's very angled. He's pushed past Jamie's shoulder. Need to turn. Yes, thank you, Oz. Too strong. Yeah. Too strong. Well done to Taryn. Looks very happy with himself there. Good job. Who was the organizer of the Over the Top? It was, in fact, the Australian Arm Wrestling Federation. It was a combination of many different people, but President Phil and Tom Newglacier, they were heavily involved with their sponsor, Panduit, and a lot of the top guys from around the country stepped up to help with the organisation of the event. So it was a combination of a lot of people, but they were the main driving forces. Here we go. Guy on the right will win this one, I think. Going for a slip, definitely wanting to go to straps there. Or he's sort of maybe hurt his wrist doing that. Got to get out quickly if you want to go for your slip and not damage your wrist. And the Drew says the strap was well below his wrist joint. Yeah, it was. That's probably the lowest I've seen of a strap. Significantly low, and definitely giving a very big advantage to somebody in a hook position. It does actually help with your dragging a lot if you have a low positioned strap, which helped. And you can see here, the man on the left's strap is still lower than on the right. It's probably maybe just the referee is right-handed and that is happening without his knowledge, but he is unfairly giving a slight advantage to the man on the left. We've got another comment here. Adam Hasty says, Taryn is a beast. Heaps of strength. He is incredibly strong. You are correct. He is my pick for the victory in this. It will be him, and I believe this man on the left-hand side of screen, Josh Barker, in the final. And we've got fantastic sponsor from Real Estate Agents Group, Dave Stockbridge. He has stopped in, and before we even got to get to the match, Josh has got the pin. He is, as we said before, lightning fast. It will be an interesting battle of speed versus power in the final. Dave has asked, where am I watching this? There is the link in my description. If you can't find the link there, you can look at the Sydney Spartans Facebook page and you can load the stream there. And that's where I am watching it. So there's a link in my description of this video. And this should be an interesting match. I'm picking the guy on the left-hand side of screen. Whoa, that was lightning fast. My elbow went about a meter off the back of the table. We're going to restart that. Okay. Yes, Dave Stockbridge, fantastic arm wrestler from South Australia and our number one sponsor from the Real Estate Agents Group. You can see that on, it's my other arm. It's always mirrored, the camera, and I always go the wrong way. But Real Estate Agents Group, Dave Stockbridge, has been a driving force in the growth of the South Australian Titans Arm Wrestling Club, and we thank him very much for his work. So here we go. We've got this starting again. And the guy on the left-hand side of screen was very fast, but he did pull his elbow off the back of the table in that. He's cupped in. He needs to straighten that wrist. I was making him aware of that. Yes, you are cupped in. Keep that straight. Keep that wrist straight. Hopefully he doesn't get fouled out here. And he gets the pin. Well done. And Dave says number one. And the number one, Matt Connolly fan. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Dave. Dave Stockbridge is also the co-founder, podcast partner for the Daily Combat podcast that we run together. We usually have episodes out every single week. This week was my daughter's birthday, which I attended instead of doing the podcast. But yes, we have a lot of fun on that event. All discussions somehow end up turning to arm wrestling, which that's the way it goes. That's what we both love. But we usually will have a special guest from the combat sports world, and we get to hear their story. So if you are interested in hearing any of the stories from some of the South Australian combat sports people, if you have a look at the Daily Combat podcast, there it's on YouTube, and it is on all of the good, reputable podcast platforms, as well as the Facebook page, Daily Combat Podcast. Jamie Barrett on the right-hand side of screen here. It's in the strap, and I believe he will be the victor in this match. Again, we can see that the strap is significantly lower on the left-hand side of screen. Maybe it's the camera angle, I don't know, but it does seem to be favoring the man on the left. I think Oz is the way that he's setting up this strap. It could be just the fact that he is right-handed and he is giving an advantage. I'm sure he's deliberately not doing it, but we have just seen a foul for Jamie Barrett, cupping his wrist in. He was given a warning a couple of times and he still continued to cup. He is on one foul. 2 fouls and will be a loss. Look at Jamie there. Wow. Gets a loss on that one. Yeah, maybe he was a little bit too concerned about the cupping of the wrist that he couldn't get the position he wanted to get. But yes, all talk about regionally significant hairdressers. That is the Daily Combat Podcast specialty. We have the Dave Stockbridge, who is the winner of the Dave Stockbridge of the Year award, which is a joke from South Australia. We had a group of hair salons called Hair Machine, which awarded themselves the Hair Machine of the Year award for about 20 years in a row. It was their own award, and they won it every year, which we loved the fact that they did that. I thought it was quite amusing. So we've awarded Dave Stockbridge with the Dave Stockbridge of the Year award. It always makes me laugh. Peter is my pick in this match. He is very close to his hand. Look at this, lightning fast, gets the slip. He's going to go to strap. Peter's not happy about something. And yeah, we saw this gentleman on the left-hand side of screen in the last match that he had. When he tried to slip, it looked like he did hurt his wrist. So obviously that must have hurt his wrist there as well. A few people in the chat here. If you're wondering what I am watching or what I'm looking at, you can watch. It is in the New South Wales Arm Wrestling State Titles. The link is in my description. And if you can't see it there, if you go to Facebook and load up the Sydney Spartans Arm Wrestling Facebook page, you will find it as their very top first post, and it is live. We are looking at the under 80 kilos right arm. We've got we've got Peter on the right hand side of screen. Not happy with the way that it's set up here, but he is getting a foul for cupping in, not listening to the referee's instructions. He is lightning fast though. He will get a very quick start and gets the hit, but he gets caught. Wow. Reminds me very much of Travis Bajan there, Peter. If he doesn't get that pin on that first hit, then the match is done. But man, I'm just. Are you guys seeing the same thing with the strap that I'm seeing? That it's getting put up, on and a significant advantage from the left-hand side of screen. I'm seeing like this much of a gap of distance between left and right of this setup with this strap. I'm not. I mean, Oz is a very veteran referee. I don't think he's doing anything deliberately, but I am seeing a significant advantage being given, and I would hope that somebody would hopefully mention that to him and say, look, when you're putting this strap on, you are actually giving the guy on the left-hand side of screen a very significant advantage there. So we're going to start in a strap here. Both guys have agreed. Have a look how low this strap goes on the on. Look at that. Are we seeing this? Is everyone seeing this? I'm not going crazy here, am I? This isn't as much as the others, but it is definitely an advantage. Everyone is. Somebody answer me. I'm going crazy here. There's an advantage here, right? There we go. He's going for a press. He's been caught. He's gone high. He's dancing with his. Unfortunately, couldn't hold the position. Did a good job though. Held him off for a little while, but yeah, was not able to. He wasn't happy. Threw the strap. Jeez, I don't know what he wasn't happy about, but he did actually lose the match fairly. Maybe he's just upset about losing. Hermes. So Hermes. Not sure what that is. The Drew. You're based in the US, I believe. Is that correct? Maybe there's a very similar thing going on with a company over there where they award themselves their own award. And yes, Hair Machine was the salon of the year for about 20 years in a row. But it was their own award that they awarded themselves. So who was going to beat them? I just love it. It's one of my favorite jokes. If you listen to the Daily Combat Podcast, I will do that joke every single intro. Hermes. I don't know what that is. Here we go. Taron Broad. He's going to crush here. Too strong. Look at that. Yeah. Did he get an elbow foul, though? No? He's okay. Oh, I hope we don't get an injury there. Yeah, it's very strong. Yeah. The Drew and Adam both stay. A big difference. I'm seeing the difference as well. Whew. Man. The last strap is not as bad. I agree. Yeah. I think it's just the way that he's setting it up. But yeah, I wouldn't be too happy about that's classic Josh Barker right there. Just instant flash pin. I don't think the opponent even put up any resistance whatsoever. That looked more like a laydown. It was just so fast. Josh is just incredibly quick. It will be him and Taran in the final, I'm predicting. So this will be interesting here. This gentleman on the right he's slipped the last couple of times, but it doesn't look like he's hurt his wrist. So they are actually going straight to the strap. But look at the height difference again in the strap. I'm gonna point it out every single time. Okay, here we go. The guy on the right looks like a younger Hermes. Yeah, fair enough. Pre-pancake, yeah. He's got the height here. He's cracked the wrist, holding on tight. Needs to bring his shoulder back up towards his hand if he wants to be able to climb. There we go, climbing. Very good. For another hit, he needs to climb again. There, he's done the climb again. He's gotten close for the pin. Keep climbing, keep readjusting. There it is. Well done. That was an excellent technical display there of exactly how to go against a flop wrist defense. You've got to keep tight with that hand position, and keep tight with your shoulder. If you extend trying to get that pin, you're this far. You might be this far from the pad, but if you extend your arm, eventually that flop wrist will start to be able to drag you out of that position. If you stay tight and keep readjusting and then hitting and then keep readjusting and hitting, exactly as that gentleman just did then, the pre-pancake Hermes, then you will continue to put pressure into the fingers until that person cannot hold that position anymore. When you're flop wrist in that position, you can see the straightness of my wrist there. I'm turn it that way. So when pressure's going, it's going straight down into my bones. I can hold that all day. People can hold that all day because the bones don't get tired. But when the pressure starts going here into the fingers and pulling further and further down, that's when you're going to get pinned. And here we go. This will be close to I think this is an elimination match here. Both guys are going to top roll, it looks like. High hand grip. Guy on the right has a better starting position, but didn't do him any favors. He still lost that position, lost that match. The Drew. Oh, no, sorry. This is Adam. It says the referee has a tough job. I try not to ever judge the calls, right or wrong. It's just the best they can do. Absolutely. I referee the tournaments that we have here, and it is a very difficult position to be in, to be a referee for hours and hours and hours, and you try to do the best job that you can. I am just significantly seeing an advantage being given, which I don't believe is deliberately being given, but it is maybe after the event. Somebody might say, Oz, it looks like the way that you're strapping up, it is actually giving an advantage to one side. So, if that's something that you can adjust, then that's something that you can move forwards with. But he is a veteran referee and does a fantastic job. He moves through the matches very well and did an excellent job at the tournament in the over the top. We've got the Drew. He has that Matt Connolly bicep. Well, does he? That's the Matt Connolly bicep right there. It's made an appearance, a special appearance. It's 50% off on OnlyFans if you use the code word bicep. Both guys look like they want to hook, I think, or low hand top roll, possibly. I think guy on the right wants to hook. And they're both gone with a higher top roll, but he's lost his wrist. We'll see if that same position climbing. So he's keeping his shoulder tight towards his hand. Shows a veteran move there. He's tight. He's climbing, regripping with his fingers, staying tight with his fingers, staying calm. Let's see. Stay tight. Stay tight. Readjust your finger position. That's right. Get more pressure into the fingers and not into the hand and wrist. Stay tight with your shoulder. Other guy is relaxed because his bones are doing the work. It is not his. He's not pressured on his arm. His bones are holding that position for him. This is interesting because he's going to come in for a press at some point. Guy on the left needs to pull it back. He needs to keep that hand cocked back. Wow, well done. Well done. That was a good match. And again, that is a good example for both sides of it there. The climbing and keeping your shoulder tight was an excellent example of what you need to do. The other gentleman keeping calm and kept fighting, kept pushing, kept pressure on until the arm was tied to the position where he was able to get in for a press. And he did really well. That was a good example from both gentlemen there of what to do correctly. So, well done. Well done to both guys. It's young Hermes again. That was a match before. Oh, no, sorry. That was a match we just saw. Yeah. And he climbs well. He does. He did an excellent job. He didn't do anything wrong there. He just ran out of gas. And his opponent did an excellent job of manipulating his position. Even though he had lost his wrist, he kept putting pressure so that it tired out young Hermes. Pre-pancake Hermes. I don't know. I've met this guy. I just can't think of his name, which is frustrating to me. But I really don't want to call him pre-pancake Hermes, but that's what's popping into my mind. Thanks a lot, Drew. Anyway, so here we go. What do we think, guys? Right or left? I think left. He's sitting. Yeah, there we go. Good job. Good comeback. Yeah, it was a good comeback. And holy crap, yeah, that was a great match. It was a great match. Muscle versus technique. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. No, that was great. We've seen some good matches here and some good examples of what to do and what not to do. It's really cool to be able to sort of talk through technique and see some different examples because you don't normally see this at the upper levels, at the elite levels, because, matches are won so fast, with the super heavyweight guys that we're used to seeing that it's, ready, go, bang. Okay, this is a preview of the grand final here. This is probably the winners bracket final. We've got Josh Barker on the left and Taryn Broad on the right. Now, Josh is lightning fast and Taryn is super strong. So this is going to be a strength versus speed thing here. Will Josh try to slip to go to the straps? Watch the speed. Yeah, they're both slipping. Okay, they both want the straps. Josh does get pretty fired up, actually. He does get quite aggressive on the table. So if he gets a pin here, expect him to fire up and explode into Taryn's face here. He can get really powerful. Josh Barker has to be the favorite or not? No, he is lightning fast, but Taryn is super strong. So if Taryn catches him, gets the stop, Taryn will roll through him in a hook position. That is what happened in the left hand. Josh did get a pin on Taryn in the left hand, but it came down to the grand final, and Taryn was able to get the stop and roll through twice to get the win. Here we go. This is going to be interesting here. This is speed versus power. It's all about this on the start. Here we go. Oh, Josh is top rolled. He didn't go for his press, and Taryn's in the hook. Yeah. Once Taryn gets that stop, it's incredibly hard to beat him. Taryn happy with the win there. He's going to stay in the winner's side, and he will move to the grand final in the winner's bracket. Yes, you can see. I was actually surprised. I think that was a little sneaky technique there that Josh went for the top roll. It surprised Taryn. You can see he wasn't prepared for that at all because Josh always presses. So maybe he was going to do the top roll as a sneak tactic, but he got about 3/4 of the way through before Taryn was able to catch on, and he did get that catch. Once he got the stop and then curled that wrist in, he was able to roll through, and then he just sat there in that position, allowed Josh to go for the press for a second, and yeah, it was all she wrote at that point. Drew, so if you get stopped, then that's it. Yes, that absolutely. I'm 100 kilos. I can't get through Taryn's wrist at all. Josh is probably sitting around high 70s. So yeah, if he can't do it, yeah, Taryn's wrist is incredibly strong. Josh is my favorite. He is a good puller. He's a consistently high level performing arm wrestler, and he has an explosive style which is very entertaining to watch. Sucked into the hook and done. That is exactly what happened, and you saw it just then. Taryn just has massive power. Josh is good around, but that hit on the go is his thing. Absolutely correct. And that's why he does so well in tournaments. In the tournament situation, he can blast through people so fast. It's literally off the go. As soon as that go sound happens, he's pinned you before you can even react. So Taryn really has to be on his game there to make that fast call, that fast stop. And you saw that he was geared up to stop a press. And Josh maybe felt that Taryn was geared in that position, and he tried to top roll, and it almost worked. He almost got him. But at least that will put doubt into Taryn's mind going into if Josh can make it to the grand finals. Will Josh try to do the top roll again, or will he go for that press? Saving the press later now, I guess. Yeah, that's right. I'm not sure. I think he was just trying to trick Taryn, and he almost got away with it. So it was interesting. Typos everywhere. Yeah, I'm making speaking mistakes everywhere as well. I'm watching two screens and trying to get the comments at the same time. Yeah, especially when guys have like the same name: Jamie Barrett, Josh Barker, Sam Burnett. All these guys are very similar names. Josh is more like Corey Miller in that hit. Then Josh is incredibly fast, as you've seen throughout this tournament so far. His speed is next level, but if he doesn't get that pin in that first hit, then it's a lot harder for him. He's not as strong against the heavier guys. Taryn is almost the exact opposite. Not very fast, but incredibly strong. He's been working on his speed for the last few years, but you can see that people have a genetic sort of tendencies to one way or another. Like some people are just incredibly explosive naturally. It's not something you can really learn. It's something that you either have or you don't have. You can get better at it. But if you're naturally explosive and you get even better at that through technique and training, you're always going to have an advantage over somebody who isn't naturally gifted in that area. But they may be more gifted in strength than you. And it's the exact same thing that no matter how hard you train, you maybe never catch somebody that is naturally gifted in strength. Which is what makes things fun, is that everyone has a different style when they get on the table. And some people will naturally gravitate towards one of the three techniques or different styles of, maybe some people are more explosive. Maybe some people have more endurance. Maybe some people are more into the hook style or the press or the top roll. It just depends. You never really know. And that's what always is interesting, especially when we get new pullers come through to the club and they sort of getting the fundamentals. And I always teach people the top roll first because it's just, it's basically the easiest to understand and it covers the most fundamentals of pulling. It's also one of the safest as well. So if you sort of get the idea of the top roll, then it's easier to get the idea of the hook. And I always save the press till last because I don't want to see people pressing when they're learning how to arm wrestle because of the danger factor of getting it wrong and getting an arm break. So, but you never know which one of the three techniques people will start to gravitate towards. And it's really interesting to see because sometimes somebody who's tall has a long forearm. You think, okay, this guy will definitely be a top roller for sure. But he just feels natural in a hook. He's like, I just want to hook. And he's like, I just want to turn inside. I just want to go inside. And that's where I feel strong. And it's like, well, if you feel strong doing that, then that's what you need to build your game plan around, getting into that position. So it's interesting to see that that's what people will start to gravitate towards. And for me, like for my style is very endurance based. I can hold people for ages. My arm doesn't get tired. But I'm not super explosive. but that's my style. But what about you guys? What do you guys do? Do you top roll? Are you more of a hook style, or do you have a endurance or explosive base? I'd love to hear what you guys do on the table. Adam says, I don't know Corey so well, except that everyone he pulls says that he's crazy strong. Yeah, and that's it. Some people are just amazingly strong, and that can win you matches at the absolute upper elite level, technique and strength. You will have to have both. But if you are just strong, then you can beat a lot of people, even if they have a really good technique. This is going to be an elimination match, I believe. Yeah, so if we had Taryn and Josh in the winners' final, then this must be heading towards the elimination matches to find who's going to be getting into the grand final with Taryn. But we'll see how we go. I believe the guy on the right-hand side of the screen will win this one. Looks very calm. We did see him get into a hook position, very similar to the way I do my hook defensively, which is a very bicep-based defensive position. But he lost that one, lost his wrist straight off the start. So needed to be a little bit faster off the start, I believe. He lost his wrist in the first second and unfortunately wasn't able to come back. So we'll see as we move further into this under 80 kilo New South Wales State Titles as to what happens in the later stages of this division. We've got the under 95s coming up next, and then the 95 kilos and above. The man to watch in the 95 kilo and above will be Mario Tembakis, who is from New South Wales, the Sydney Spartans club, which is where you see a lot of the guys coming in today wearing the Sydney Spartans shirts, and Mario Tembakis sitting probably around third or fourth in the country in terms of his ranking, and he will be the man to beat today. We've got Lachlan Adair sitting at number one, and we've got a couple of other guys that are up there in terms of maybe potentially sitting around the 2 or 3 mark. Ryan Bowen sitting around there, and Ben Carroll from Western Australia. I would have loved to have seen Ben at the Over the Top tournament, but he wasn't in attendance, unfortunately. But yes, definitely an incredible arm wrestler as well. I saw that one. And we've got Adam. I sit on the couch and watch. I was a sprinter, track athlete. I had no endurance, but damn good on go. Well, maybe you would be an explosive arm wrestler, very similar to Josh Barker, who we have on screen. He will more than likely use his incredible speed and press here. If you check this out, this will be a very fast pin if he decides to pin outside of straps. Close your hands, and they're going to go to the strap. And want some more chalk. I don't think it's going to help, especially in the strap. What do we think? Chalk doesn't help when you're strapped together. Chalk so you don't slip. Okay. All right, strapped together. This is more than likely moving into the losers bracket finals. We will see the winners of the strap. I agree, Drew. That strap difference is significant. Again, not overly this time, but it is definitely noticeable. Close your thumbs. Watch the speed here. Hands, bang. There it is. Elbow foul. Restart. Okay. Josh has come off, looks like the side of the table, maybe. There's that press. That's the one. incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. Close your thumbs, close your hands. Watch that speed. Just don't foul again, Josh. And you'll be into the final against Taryn. Oh, he's top rolled. Oh, no. Did he elbow foul? I heard the word elbow foul. Okay, I think it was on the guy on the left who got the elbow foul as well. As well as being pinned, he also elbow fouled. Oh, yes, top roll. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably the safer move for him. Maybe he felt that he might have gotten another elbow foul if he'd pressed again. When I heard the word elbow foul at the end, I was like, oh no, I don't want it to lose. And I bloody hate when you see a match and it's like some guy's obviously the better. He's obviously better. And he loses because as he pinned, his elbow slipped off like this much. It's like, yeah, it's frustrating. I know it's the rules. It still sucks. All right. I think that we're probably heading towards the final, the grand final. Here we are, under 80 kilos. Right arm, New South Wales State Titles. This will be the grand final. So we've got Taryn Broad. He is coming from the winner's side. And Josh Barker, who you just saw then. So for Josh to win this match and take the title, he will have to get 2 victories. He is coming from the loser's bracket, which means that if he wins, he will knock Taryn into the loser's bracket, and then he needs to win again to win the overall. So 2 victories needed by Josh, 1 for Taryn. All right, here we go. I think they're going to slip probably. Oh, he went for that press. Press, 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 press. Here we go. We'll see what happens. Oh, we got a slip. I don't know. Did he try to press there and he just couldn't get his hand in? Just move the camera down a little, please. Yeah, send a text. I would. If I knew who was doing the stream, I would send them a text. What do we think, guys? This is the final. Under 80 kilos, men's right arm. New South Wales State Titles. Taryn Broad on the left-hand side. He is taking on Josh Barker on the right-hand side of screen. So tough to watch the strap. Yep, absolutely. Favors Taryn with that low strap. Taryn's staying nice and tight. He's going to be trying to catch. He's gone for the top roll again. And Taryn, a bit of showboating there. He's definitely too strong. He is your winner. Surprised he went for the top roll again, but maybe he felt that the strap was in that position where he couldn't go for the press. But there we go. Taryn Broad, South Australia, has taken out the left hand and the right hand for under 80 kilos against Josh Barker from New South Wales, has come in second. So very good effort by both men there. Josh can't win versus that strap. Plus Taryn, yeah. Yeah. Plus he's going against Taryn. So I don't think it would have helped too much. But well done to Taryn. He has trained very hard this year, and he's definitely getting stronger all the time. I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying to fight it off. Odds on whether I'm going to sneeze or not. If you want to put the comments, it's there still, fighting it off. No, I'm okay. I've got it. I got control. I'm good. Oh no, it's back. No, I'm all right. All right. Taryn, well done, buddy, both. Both good guys. Yeah, well done to both guys. I think Taryn may have a few kilos on Josh. He might. Taryn did a bit of a cut. He was sitting about 94 kilos. Only a few months ago, he went on a diet to get down to under 80s. I think he's probably sitting around 90. No, sorry, he's probably sitting around 79.9 kilos. Whereas Josh has always naturally sat mid 70s. I think he's pretty comfortable there. So, yes, he does have a weight advantage. Taryn might have made a cut for the actual weigh-ins, just getting under the 80 kilos for that weigh-in and then putting the weight back on. So, yeah, he might be sitting around 84 or something like that on the actual day. But, yeah, well done to him. Taryn looks thick. He does. He's definitely bulkier. He is shorter, though. He's a shorter man than Josh. But he is definitely strong, and he has taken out the New South Wales State Titles left and right. That's why he looks so different. I don't think it was a big weight cut from the way he's been talking over the last probably month, that he has dropped weight significantly with his diet that he's been doing. And I think he was sitting around the 80 kilo mark. So he might not have had to cut too much. If he did at all, it might have only been 1 or 2 kilos. So I doubt that he would have put on a lot of weight. But well done to him. And he works damn hard. Yeah, he deserved that win. So well done to him. I'll be interested to see if he goes in the under 95s as well and how he does there. Congratulations to Taryn Broad. Well done. Are you doing, I'm going to type to him right now, are you doing under 95 kilos as well? Find out. He's written, he's very happy. I can't read out what he wrote because it's got a lot of swear words in it. Let's just say he's very happy. Yeah, he did a good job. Well done, Taryn. We'll find out if he's going to compete in the under 95s. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure who would be the favourite in the under 95s over there. But yes, Mario Marcus will be the favourite in the heavyweights. Absolutely. How are you guys doing? You enjoying watching the stream? It would be good if they had the camera angled a little bit better, and maybe they had some on-screen graphics. But at least we can see what we're doing here, and we've got a nice shot of a microphone hanging in the above side of the screen. But it is what it is. It is visible. We can see it and hear it, and I think that's all we need for something. It would be nice to have a little bit more of a better background, but this is the way it is. We'll definitely try to put the best production on we can for our state tournament that's happening in October and the South Australian State Titles. And Taryn's just bullying little guys under 80. Yes, he's a massive bully. Taryn the Bully. We'll have to call him Taryn the Bully Broad now. Tyrannosaurus is his nickname. So we've gone with that. Well, I've gone with that. I don't know if he calls himself that, but I've nicknamed everyone in the club, and some people got good nicknames and some people got silly ones. All right, we've got the Drew. Get Josh on some Toddzilla to raise that strength a bit. Imagine that speed with a bit of added strength. Yeah, absolutely. As we were talking about before with the genetic advantages and differences between different people, Taryn is incredibly strong. As I said, I'm 100 kilos. I've been pulling for 4 years. I cannot pull through his wrist at all. So it's going to be pretty hard for most people to get through his wrist. He's 80 kilos. There's a 20 kilo difference. It's very difficult. I think Josh has a very big advantage in speed. If he's able to add strength on top of it, absolutely. But he's been working on that throughout the last couple of years. He is still a young man, and we'd love to see how well he can progress throughout his career as an arm wrestler. So good to see so many young guys. What did you guys notice in that? The under 80 kilos men's, just then, there was hardly anybody that was over the age of 30, maybe even over 25. It all looked like young guys, which is awesome to see that so many young people are getting involved in the sport of arm wrestling. I'll see if Taryn's written back to me here. No, not yet. Okay, waiting to hear back from Taryn. We'll see if he's going to do the under 95s as well. Yes, true. He has some natural ability for sure. Absolutely. And you want to see Matt on a Toddzilla program for 6 months? Yeah, as well. yeah, I love arm wrestling. I love the sport. I understand where my position in the sport is, and that is that I'm never going to be an elite, upper, super strong, tournament winning, super match winning arm wrestler. I have my place in the sport, which is, the commentary side, the content creator side. I run the arm wrestling club in South Australia. I put on demonstrations and I promote the sport as much as I can. I love doing things like this and talking to you guys on stream and watching the sport and talking about what's going on. In terms of my ability as an arm wrestler, I am decent. I am not the worst arm wrestler in the world, but I am definitely not elite, and I will never be a top 10, even in Australia, in arm wrestling. I'm struggling to be a top 10 in my own state, but it is okay because I am enjoying my place in the sport, and as long as I am having fun doing the sport, that is the difference. And I almost am feeling like I'm going to stop doing matches because I feel, and I talked about this with the Aussie arm wrestler last week, we went on a stream with him on the Daily Combat podcast, that it does hurt your brand if you are talking about arm wrestling and you're giving advice and tips and making videos, that if you are on camera getting beaten constantly, that people does hurt the fact and your credibility, that if you are always losing, that people are like, why would I listen to the guy who's always losing? So it is an interesting position to be in. And I've only sort of gotten to that point maybe in the last 2 months, that feeling of, loving the sport, going around and meeting people and promoting the sport and going with, new people, new pullers, and introducing the sport to them. But in terms of being able to be a top level arm wrestler, I can see that my ability is not at the level it needs to be, despite my efforts, to get to the point where I could be one of the best guys in the country. So I love the sport, and I'll continue to do the sport and run the club and be there and train people and work with people. But in terms of actual matches, I think I'm more than likely going to be stopping doing those because, as I said, I think it does hurt your credibility. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you are watching somebody, let's use me as the example. If you're watching me and you see that I am absolutely terrible on the table and lose every match, would it change your opinion of the things that I'm saying of the sport? Josh Over the Top was awesome. He did do a great job. He is an excellent arm wrestler. He did very well up there in Queensland earlier in the year. A fantastic tournament was put on with all the guys that were in Australia and New Zealand and Oceania. Everyone anybody was there. It was an amazing tournament. It was a very young group, absolutely. I don't think we saw anybody over 25. It was very interesting to see that. We can't hurt you, Matt. Well, I'm sure that it would be an honor to train with the man himself, Toddzilla. Well, it's actually interesting to see where he is in the world at the moment. He's probably sitting around 8th or 9th ranked, even though losing to Michael Todd recently. I think he's one of those guys, unfortunately not as massive with the heavyweights. That probably is the only limiting factor. And we've got the under 95 kilos. Wow, shouldn't have lost that once. I'm surprised. I've surprisingly lost in that position. I didn't mean to be rude. Wow. He had everything there. And I don't know how he got pulled out of it. But anyway, make it a video series on how it helps you or not. We would watch. Yeah, potentially. As I said, I think I'm moving towards the content creation side of things, and I love doing what I'm doing. In terms of me being an elite arm wrestler, I don't see that happening. Oh, we're going for a slip here. Yep. Ryan was far from elite for a long time. I still enjoyed watching his journey for years now. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It is interesting going back and watching the early Ryan Bowen videos. I do think he had more natural talent at the sport than I had. He was probably within a year or two into his arm wrestling journey, he did start beating some of the elite guys in his weight class. He was able to progress very quickly. I'm 4 years in, and I'm seeing people from my own club going past me rapidly, which, that's the way it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough position to be in. As I said, I'm enjoying the sport. I don't know how much a good win there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I feel like you guys probably never watched the cricket, especially over in the US. But with with cricket, it's a long game, right? It's all day, and the commentators will start talking about something. They'll be telling a story, and then somebody will bowl a delivery in cricket, which takes maybe 4 seconds. And if nothing interesting happens, they just continue on their story. But sometimes they forget what they're talking about because something does interesting happen, and you're like, no, I wanted to hear the rest of the story. Anyway, so I'm trying to do that at the same time here. I've just noticed how difficult that is when you're trying to talk to you guys and then you've got tournaments happening at the same time. But I'll do my best here. I haven't recognized any of these guys at all that have come up in this under 95s division on the right hand. But yes, in terms of my growth in the sport, I'm definitely rapidly rising in terms of the other side of things, not being a competitor, but being part of the community in terms of creating content and being part of lives and talking to you guys and promoting the sport. I feel that is going very, very well for me. And I'm enjoying that a lot more than going out and trying to win super matches. So just watching this one here, guys. So we've got close your thumbs, close your hands. Oh, wow. It was like pure side pressure hit. Oh, he's hurt his elbow. Oh no, it was an elbow foul. No, he's given the win. That was like nothing but side pressure. Well done. Adam says, hell no, losing matches means nothing except you're pulling tough lads. I do understand what you mean. I just don't see it. I think there's a difference in our experiences of it. And absolutely, people should not be afraid of losing. And it's not that I'm afraid of losing or that I'm afraid of going out and being dominated. That's fine. If somebody's better than me, then they're better than me. In terms of my ability to get better and rise to the next level that I need to get to, I need to spend a lot of time and effort improving my arm wrestling on the table to win matches. Where I'm enjoying spending my time and effort is creating the content and promoting the sport. That's where I have a great time, and doing things like what we're doing right now and talking to you guys on stream. I would rather be doing this than working on a game plan for how I could possibly win a next match, if that makes sense. So there's different aspects of the sport that people will gravitate towards, and you almost want to gravitate towards the thing. And I would encourage everybody to do the things they enjoy as opposed to the things that maybe progress your career in something that you're not enjoying as much, or into that side. If I was trying to be the best arm wrestler in the country, I would have a very different approach. I would probably not be creating content at all. I would be doing training all the time, trying to get my wrist as strong as I can, working on starts and setups. I don't enjoy that as much. I just don't like it. I actually don't enjoy doing super matches. I don't know. It's just me. I don't like winning super matches. I feel really bad for the person that I've beaten. But, that's the way it is. But what I do love doing is promoting the sport and being at training every week and meeting new people and showing them how to arm wrestle effectively, refereeing the matches, putting the matches together, cutting the footage, editing it, putting it up, talking about the sport on the streams, helping people that are in the content creating community of how to improve different aspects of their videos. Those are my skills. That's what I enjoy doing. So it is a different scenario to say, well, keep doing the thing you don't want to be doing. It's like, I get that side of it, but for me, enjoyment is more important. Here we go. We're getting set up here. Wow. Very quick off the go. Well done to the USA shirt man. You can follow his program from afar. It doesn't have to be a super specialized program just for you. Ask Ryan about it too. Yeah, as I was discussing, I mean, not what I want to be doing in the sport. This trap looks much better. Which trap? It's a trap? Or did you mean strap? You haven't tried to get me on any names yet either. I still haven't got caught with that. Oh, you did fix it. Okay, strap. There we go. Shirt has USA. USA shirt wins. He did indeed. Who we got here? I think on the left. I was going to say right as he was losing. I'm allowed to change my pick halfway through the match. This is the under 95 kilo match. How are we feeling, guys? You guys enjoying? What time is it over there, Drew? You're in. Where did you say you're in? I've forgotten where you said. Oh, and Adam as well. You said you're in. No, you're in Queensland. So you're only half an hour ahead of me. About 5:30 Saturday afternoon. Drew, where are you? Micro man bun on the left. Yes, the man bun. You will never see me having a man bun. Not my style of haircut, but. This man has gone with a little chin goatee and the man bun as well. But we are not here to judge people on their appearance. We are here to watch arm wrestling. And this man on the right-hand side of screen, I believe his name's Simon. I've spoken to him a fair bit. He's a really nice guy. And we talked at the over-the-top arm wrestling tournament. He's really bloody strong. I think he'll go quite deep in this division. He did really well in the over the top tournament as well. It's 12:36 in Vegas. You're in Vegas. My God. I went to Las Vegas on my honeymoon with my wife, and it was freaking amazing. Obviously, I mean, we were tourists. We're tourists. We're going to the Strip. You know, we're on the casino. We stayed at the MGM Grand. I understand the whole city is not just the Strip, but looked like a wonderful place to live. It was bloody hot. It was freaking hot when we were there, but we had an amazing time. I'd love to spend a month there. There you go. Oh, it is Simon. Okay, great. Yes, he is in a wheelchair. Yeah, he's an amazing arm wrestler. Yeah, in the wheelchair. And it's I remember lifting him up and that wheelchair up about 30 times in the over the top tournament. I was refereeing the heavyweight division for that, which Simon was competing in. And yeah, as you can see right there, I was doing that, lifting him up and down in the off the stage, which was like about a meter high. So it was quite difficult. But there we go. We've got Fox 8-Ball has made an appearance. Hello, Fox. How are you? Great to see you on stream. He's not happy with Pradeep. He's pissed off. He's calling him a rat as well. All right. Well, yes, it was an interesting tale of events, the way that it worked out. There's 2 million live here in that valley. That's incredible. I live in Adelaide in South Australia. We have 1 million here. So 2 million people in one city of Las Vegas. Very interesting. Look at that. There's Josh Barker. He's decided to compete in the under 95 kilos as well. And there we go. He's used that incredible speed to flash pin his way through. He'll probably flash pin his way right through to somebody that is incredibly strong. So speed kills up until the point you run into a brick wall, and that is what happened in the under 80 kilo division when he went and faced Taryn Broad. But he'll get quite far with that speedy hit. We'll see how he goes in this division here. 2 million live here in the valley. Absolutely. As we said before, 1 million here in this city that I'm in. But yes, 2 million just in Las Vegas. When people think of Vegas, obviously they're just picturing the Strip, the casinos, the lifestyle, the nightclubs, the events. And that's what I was there for. I won't say that I was there for any other reason. But had an amazing time there. And love, as I said, love to spend a month there to even see a quarter of what was on show. Guy on the left, I think, will win this. Going for a slip. We've got the Drew says, could he chop his legs off so he could compete in lower classes? It seems like cheating, but hey, I'd consider it. Yeah, well, he's very experienced. He's been pulling for a long time. Simon, he's very, very strong, and he'll do well in this tournament today. You'll see in the under 95s as well as he'll probably pull in the heavyweights as well. He's incredibly strong. Fox says he's very well, and he wants me to show the sexy bio. I'll give you both biceps. Look at that. The bicep split has made an appearance. You can see there. Oh, very happy with that. I will say so myself. I'm making myself laugh. We've got a strap match happening here. I still think guy on the left is my pick. Yep, too strong. Yes, so this split here in this bicep is a genetic thing. It's not something I've trained for specifically, but it's either going to happen or it's not in your body. But I'll take it. Some people will say, "Oh, how do I get that line there?" Which is just separation of the bicep muscle. But I'm not doing anything different to what you guys are doing. I'm doing bicep curls, dumbbell curls, same as what you do. It's just a genetic thing. But I'll take it. All right. Not reading your comment, Fox. We got a hook war here. He's caught it. He's too strong in the hook. Couldn't get the pin though. Please don't get on fouls. Oh, he's on one running foul. At least they've gone with running fouls here. There we go. All right, great. Well done. Good pin. Good battle. Absolutely. I agree. Oh, I missed your comment, Drew. I didn't even read it. Kind of on Oleg Zoc has that heavyweight light left hand on that lightweight body. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. He's an incredible arm wrestler, Oleg. I know that he's made a reasonable comeback recently. I'd love to see him get to the levels that he was at before. Hopefully he can continue his rise. Good battle. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Page 3 biceps. That's the one. Double biceps. That's the trademark. It needs to appear every single time I appear on camera. It's in the contract. It's one of the conditions in the fine print. Oh, he changed his thumb right at the start. I actually saw that. That was weird. Did anyone see that? He pulled his thumb out and went over the top of the other guy's hand. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Did anyone else pick that up? His thumb was wrapped, and then as they started, he went up and over. It was weird. I don't think it would have made any difference, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. And this East versus West is going to be awesome. It will be awesome. It's going to be a huge card. A lot of the top guys in the world in attendance. It's going to be a huge event coming up soon, and we hope to see more of these sorts of events with the best arm wrestlers in the world. And the good thing is that the more often these events happen, the more clear it is in terms of rankings and positionings as to who is sitting where and how the top 10 and top 15 of the world is adjusting. Because when you've got opinion-based rankings, which is what we have at the moment, it is difficult when there's not a lot of matches. We're getting some difficulties getting these guys set up here. Both going very high. It's going to be a slip. Yep. And a boardroom, you got to try harder than that, mate. I saw that from a mile away. Can you give a birthday shout out? Yes, I could. I'll give a birthday shout out to my daughter, whose birthday was earlier in the week. I'll give a birthday shout out to her, but you got to try harder than that. I am very good at this game, and it's going to be hard to catch me. I missed it. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have to try harder than that, guys. You have real sneaky ones. That's too obvious. The price for that many epic matches. Wow. Oh, here we go. This is the side pressure hit, man. He's been caught here. He's really far from his shoulder. Have a look at this. He's going to lose this. Yeah. Yeah. If you see, I'm going to get this so I can get the camera right. When you're close, when your hand is close to your shoulder, you're really strong. You're in a really strong position. You can use your body instead of your arm. You don't need to use the arm at all. Your body does the work. As soon as your arm gets pulled away from your shoulder, it's just arm at that point. Your body movement is so much less significant. If you're in training, if you're in a match, if you're on the table and you realize your arm gets extended, you need to bring that shoulder back up real quick or you will be pinned just like that man was just then. Guy on the right will probably lose this one. Oh, that was good. I'm happy with that. I was halfway through a prediction, which I got wrong, but I changed it so nobody noticed. Some big UK matches today. The Summer Slam, Bogdan. He's pulling against Kyle Hutchinson today, lefty. That'll be interesting. That'll be a very, very interesting match. Bogdan sort of painted himself as the villain in the Iron House series, which was cool to see because he created some drama there, and it was interesting to see that if you can continue that, he'll have people following his career. Be interesting. Easy top roll victory there, but being interesting is really important. You don't want to be a nobody. Even if you're a really good arm wrestler, people won't care about who you are until you reach the elite level, but you can be a really good arm wrestler with a really good, interesting story, and people will know who you are and they'll follow your career. Good vibes from Boardroom. Hello, Boardroom. It is good to see you in here. This is probably an elimination match. I don't think I can't remember what happened in the last time we saw the guy on the right-hand side. Must have lost, I believe, to be in this position. I think this is an elimination match. Close your hands. Yep, there we go. And a lovely little swear word there from the man with the white shirt. He's not happy about losing, but that's the way it goes, mate. It is part of the sport. You must lose a million times before you can get good and start winning. And unfortunately, he lost that one today. But hopefully he gets on the after pool tables and has some fun with some people. You can relax now. That's one of the fun things about a tournament is once you've been eliminated, all that pressure is off. You can go and have some fun on the after pool tables and mess around with a lot of the other people there. So here we go. These two guys look pretty serious. I believe the guy on the right was the one that had the elbow foul earlier, and this is probably an elimination match as well. He's going really high. This is probably going to end up in a top roll. Usually with two top rollers, you'll get a slip. He was strong enough to keep the position and roll straight through. What's up, Fox 8 Ball? Says Boardroom. He and you guys are the foundation of the arm wrestling community. I see you all the time on every arm wrestling stream and all the comments. You're big fans of the sport and you make the content creators world possible. So well done to you guys. What do we think? This one here, I am thinking, why have they started? How is this? How did they start without getting set up properly? That's weird. Oh, what happened there? What is going on? There's a guy on the right a new puller or something. This is weird. They didn't start them properly, and then he stopped the match halfway through. I don't know what's going on. I think the guy on the right, it might be the very first time he's arm wrestled or something, because that was weird. Look at that strap. That's fair. That's very fair. It's made the adjustments, which is awesome. I think from looking at the body language of the guy on the right, he's probably new to the sport. Maybe they're being very careful with him. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. That was weird, though. Maybe he just turned up on the day, said, "Oh, I saw an arm wrestling competition. I will enter it," and that's great. You know, and sometimes people can do really well entering a tournament that, if they've never done the sport before, but if they are incredibly strong, they might win a couple of early matches, and then somebody with superior technique can beat them, and hopefully they get some understanding of how the sport works and would continue to do it in the future. Always encourage anybody to enter a tournament, even if it's their first time, because there's no harm in losing, and you can have fun, and you always have the potential that you might actually win a match. This is an elimination match here. I believe the guy on the right likes to top roll, but no, he's hooked there and got pinned. He's heading towards the Uncle John move. Yeah, well, hopefully not. That was not a good move to make. John apologising during the week for that, which, as we said before, and we saw Fox made that comment, that it was a bit of a non-issue that got exploded out of the stratosphere in terms of controversy. And maybe you got the memo about the strap. I hope he did. And Fox is heading off, I believe. Yo, Boardroom, what's up, bro? I'm out many laters. All right, I will see you later, Fox. Hopefully we'll see you on the streams over the weekend. Good to see you. The hat versus the hair. Jake Ward, the Aussie arm wrestler, on the microphone there. So we got a slip. He's got the old man style hat. Seems to be a few people trying to bring that back into fashion. You'll never see me wearing one of those, but some people have become big fans of that style of hat. What is that show with Cillian Murphy? The Birmingham one. What's it called? What the words that are popping into my mind are Full Monty. I know it's not Full Monty. It's like Full Monty. I know that's not right. Somebody tell me what their name is. You know that crime gangster show. The hat has come through. You all right? Yeah. You want something? Do you want to say hello? Or not? So what? Hang on. What do you want? Okay. I can in a minute. It's my wife. Go on the right. Oh, early start. One foul. The Drew, they were fine. People just wanted to crucify somebody online. All bullshit. Sorry, watching the match. Yeah, it's going to clip. Yep. People don't want to accept from pullers involved their own words on the matter. So whatever. Yeah, exactly. People love drama. They love drama and they love making drama. And, when you're a YouTube creator, drama gets you the most views. Very unfortunately, you will never catch me making a drama type video because I don't like that style of thing. And I don't like fakeness in people. And I don't like making the sport about something that is controversial. I want to promote the sport as a great, fun, entertaining, exciting, and enjoyable thing. So the footage that I will put out will always be positive. Never, never, never will I put a negative video like that out. Oh, wow. Good win. Lovely win there. Good top roll. I'm surprised. I thought that the man on the right would have won that one, but that was a very good win. Huge crowd of 2 people. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy that anybody's here enjoying watching the stream with me. So that's what's fun about this, is that we get to enjoy the experience together. Otherwise, I'd just be watching this by myself. So I'm very happy to be here with anyone. If it's one person, if it's 100,000 people, I'm happy to. I'll be watching it regardless. And now I get to watch it with you guys and talk to you guys about it. As Jake Ward, the Aussie arm wrestler, says, he doesn't want to sit in his garage and watch something by himself. He'd rather be talking with you guys. And you guys, as I said before, are the foundation of the sport, the fans that make content creation possible. So you're here with me today, and I appreciate it. Good match here. It's going to end up in a slip. It's pulling. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why the wifey was trying to make him. She's wearing her pajamas. She's like, I'm wearing my pajamas. So that's fine. You know what ladies are like. They want to look their best if they're going to be seen. She didn't want to be seen wearing her pajamas, which is fair enough. What I will do, guys, though, that is here with me at the moment, is at the end of this division, I will be heading out as requested by the wife there. So I will end the stream at the end of this division. Been going for a few hours now. I've been granted the opportunity to do that with you guys, and I will head out at the end of this weight class. Good match here. Stay close to your hand. This is stay close to your hand. You'll be in a much stronger position. Here is weak, you'll lose. Here, you'll be in a much better position. If you learn anything about arm wrestling, stay close to your hand. Think about it. Yep. Skimpy pajamas. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was the skimpiest pajamas you can imagine that you didn't get to see. Yes, I agree. King's move, sure. If you're King's moving, obviously that's the exception. That is the exception, but that is a dangerous move. You got to be bloody good at it to pull it off. You get it wrong, you are at risk of your arm getting broken. I've got the hat back. What is that show? Nobody told me what it was. Oh, God, it's still annoying me that I can't remember what it is. You know the one. Killian Murphy. Not Boardwalk Empire. Funny hell. Yeah, so it would be nice if they would get their setup correct, but at least we can see it and hear it, as we said. Going to slip. It's going to be 2 guys going high, trying to top roll. Oh, no, he didn't get out in time. Missed the start. Elimination match. Oh, no, I don't know if there was an elimination match. I don't think we've seen the man in the hat lose. Might be wrong, though. We've got Simon here coming back up to the table. Dark there now. Yeah, it is absolutely. It is starting to get towards night time. I believe Sydney is 1 hour ahead of me here. So it's 5:30 p.m. here. It's probably 6:30 p.m. there on Saturday night. Not like you over there in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Have you always lived there, or did you move there? I know a lot of people from California ended up moving to Las Vegas to get more bang for their buck in terms of property, in terms of less people, less traffic, less noise, less annoyance. But were you originally a Vegas born and bred, or was it that you made a move there? What are we waiting for? Been in Vegas since 1989. From Southern California, east of LA area. There we go. And was it what I mentioned before? You can get more bang for your buck in Las Vegas than you can in California. Was that the reason for the move? Property taxes, I believe that California has some of the highest property taxes, and at the moment, unfortunately, some of the highest crime rates in the country. Uh, yeah, it's very true. I believe there was some sort of minute silence or something that they were doing there. I don't know what that was for, but anyway, yeah, California. Interesting to see from a different side of the world's perspective. As to, I do follow global politics reasonably closely, and seeing the result of a lot of policies gone wrong in California there has led to a lot of people leaving the area, and a lot of unfortunate situations happening in the state, especially in your upper levels of Los Angeles and those areas. My grandparents, for my mum, and my mum moved to Vegas years before that, and my mum followed suit eventually. Right, grandparents went first, and mum followed eventually. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. As we said, different sort of result. I mean, if you can make a career in Las Vegas, and as we said, I mean, 2 million people in Vegas, and what is it? How many in California? 30 or something? 30 million. A lot of people there. Very good win from Simon there. He is incredibly strong. Well done. Yeah, leftist libs running cities and states cost more, higher crimes. Yeah, what a shocker. I completely agree. I can see the pattern that develops over in the United States there. And people say, why would you care if you're Australian? Well, it is interesting to see the way things work geopolitically, and seeing the way that policies can change a nation, and especially in your bigger states over in the United States there, with California and New York especially, both being leftist run at the moment and having difficulties, let's put it that way, in terms of their crime and their growth, and people fleeing the state because of their high taxes and crime that is getting out of control. So it's unfortunate to see that those things are happening there, but you get what you vote for, unfortunately. Chicago is one of the highest murder crime rates in the world. It is most liberal leftists run. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Uh, it's hard to see. It is difficult to see from our side of things, and from our point of view. We'd love to see progress and America in a dominant position in the world continually, and making things better and improving, and everyone having a fantastic life there. And it is hard to see horrible things happening to people, good hardworking people getting pushed out of cities through bad policy and crime going unpunished. What is that mayor's name? Laurie Lighthouse or something, the African lady, um, African American lady with the crazy put your finger in a light bulb sort of hair. Lightfoot, that's the one. Yeah. Here we go, Josh Barker getting set up. Watch for this speed here. Not happy with the setup. Going for the slip. Kids getting killed there all the time, and the news just ignores it. One white cop kills a non-white person. Even if justified, gets all the attention. You know what I mean. I absolutely know what you mean. And it is horrible to see that that is the narrative that has been pushed from the media over there with their obvious agenda of fear-mongering and very selective about the stories that they run. It's disappointing to see that they have pushed this narrative, this false narrative. And yes, I think most people see straight through it. But unfortunately, there is a big group of people that do fall for this false stories that they do run. Just watching Josh Barker get set up here. Oh, he might have got the elbow foul there. No. And yeah. No, she's not from Africa. Yeah, as I said, I'm watching two things at once. Yeah, she's a African American lady. Not from Africa. Yeah, I hate those terms personally. I'm not white. Because then I'm not white. I'm European American. Yeah, I get it. Absolutely. But you know who I meant. And yes, she's not doing a good job of running her city. It's highest crime in one of the highest crime cities in the world, unfortunately. And she's not doing much to contain that issue. Oh, nice. Tried to get out with the slip, but got held on. Rusting my balls. Yeah, sure. That's fair enough. Yes, not a fan of a lot of things that have happened over there in the last probably 10 years. I've seen a pattern of disappointing things taking place, but America obviously is a great nation with amazing people and still one of the most dominant forces in the world in many areas, and will continue to power on through. And I do feel a swing coming back the other way from the ludicrous decisions that have been made politically over the last 10 years. People are starting to push back against it. Both going high. Ooh, wow, that was weird. Both closed their hands really fast. All right. I do not know what else this current admin could do to hurt USA more. It's incredible. And the world too, yeah. I'm definitely not a fan of the current administration, that's for sure. I think they're, as you said, doing a lot more damage than good. I think they are goddamn weak in terms of their abilities. And Joe Biden looks like he's a dead man walking, really. Sleepy Joe. Good win there. Yeah, good match, absolutely. All right. This will actually be the last match that I will be able to watch. I will need to head out after this, unfortunately, Drew, but I've appreciated the time that you've spent watching the show here, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the tournament. I need to make the request that my wife made happen, and so that's what I'll be doing. But yeah, I hope everything goes well for you there. We'll see what happens. This is probably going to slip from the way they're setting up. Oh, wow. That was a good comeback. A great way to end it for me. So thank you again, Drew. Yes, in a different way on that. Yeah, absolutely. Good comeback there. All right, I got to head off and I got to do a couple of household duties. But thank you again for spending your time on the channel here. I appreciate it. As we said, you guys make up the core of the arm wrestling fans of the world. So thank you for your time. All right, see you, mate. Have a good